And we are live, everyone. Welcome. Let us begin. When last we left our adventures, you had negotiated with the Vergent Empire. The entrance to the mountain pass, nearby to the Valley of Rain, where most of you have made yourself denizens for the recent period. The Vergent Empire sent a blockade to head off any supplying that the valley might need from Cadlia proper, and to force, under subtle threat of a siege, the Valley of Rain to surrender the prisoners of war which they had acquired after the Empire's failed incursion into the valley. The negotiation went simply. The prisoners were released, and barring some interference from errant frost giants, all is reasonably well. So, at this time, the various groups that have found themselves together within the valley have decided to, by 3 different roads, make their way to what seems to be the root of problems on this continent. Vergent City, capital of the Empire. Your group intends to make this path by water, headed back towards Port Anghar, nearby to the home of Mara Littlefoot, and then to take the journey that some had taken before, back up to Port Thoris, and then cross the shorter land journey to the city proper. As you make your way across the plains, along the road just north of the mountains, you see an incident occurring at a crossroads ahead just outside of Port Anghar. At this time, Margarita, would you please describe for us how your character would appear to those riding towards them on the road?
It's a tall dragonborn lady, having a great axe in her hands, and overall looking kind of hairy and intimidating to the others. You can easily recognize that it's a barbarian, and she's really into fighting. Yeah.
Excellent. As you see this dragonborn person, they appear accosted. Several, perhaps highwaymen, are approaching, clubs in hand, which they're beating into their palms, saying, "Hey there, suppose you wouldn't mind giving us a little bit of a toll. See, we're the highway guards round here, round the port. We're just gonna need you to part with all your coin, right?"
I'm so happy you are here. You know, it's been a while since I practiced. So yeah, I wouldn't mind some great axe waving. She says as she takes out her axe and prepares for the battle.
I'm gonna say, it's 2 against 1. What are you, stupid?
Oh no, it is probably a half against 1 looking at you.
Oh! The barbarian's really a bard.
At that, they are going to scowl.
Vicious mockery.
And with that scowl, they are going to attempt to attack you. Mara and Shael, you are on horseback, a number of horses that the Valley of Rain has lent you. Irvin Basilon, the Dark Elf, has elected to come along with you for this journey. And we're going to roll into initiative. Let's do it.
This is gonna be bad.
I know. This is gonna be real short.
Murder's okay.
Oh.
Just remember, kids.
Yeah.
Murder's okay.
You heard it here first.
My God. Mara's really, determined.
Damn. Mara says, let's go!
Alrighty. Your foes
Oh, wow.
act on a 20.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Mara, you're the first to act.
Yeah.
Would you like to interfere in this action that is taking place?
Okay, I think she's instinctually going to reach for her crossbow, and then stop, and then look at the dark elf, the son who's riding with us, and be like, she that she was just gonna like let one loose, but then she's stopping herself, thinking twice.
As
and is
you
going
contemplate that,
to-
he's going to turn to you and say, "Oh, don't on my account. Go for it."
Alright. Yeah, she's gonna fucking shoot him then,
Okay.
and we'll see what happens. And by crossbow.
All right.
Let's go for that one.
That arrow.
Mara's like, I didn't have my coffee
Why?
this morning. I'm cranky.
That arrow flies through the air and will hit him in but a moment.
Oh, God.
Would you like to move your horse forward? Anything else?
Yeah, she'll move it up.
You can take it,
okay.
I believe, all the way up to, whoop, not like so.
Oh, whoa. Oh. Okay. Yeah,
you can take it all the way up to, let's see, that is 30. Yeah, you can make it. Perfect. Alrighty.
Okay.
Riding the horse.
Yeah, and as she's riding and shot that guy in the shoulder, she's gonna say, "Hey, you, stop that!"
All right. The thugs are up. They are going to rush up to you, Voya, and are going to swing out their clubs at you. They are packed up, so they're going to have advantage in these attacks. And so there's going to be 2 attacks from each of them, which are going to be 3 of which hitting for a total of 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Wow.
Tyler, you're up.
All right. Never one to miss out on the chance to teach some bad guys a lesson. I think she's gonna nudge her horse forward a little, behind Mara, and she's gonna call out to these 2. You must be cowards. 2 against 1. That's really not fair. Ignoring that one just got shot with a crossbow. She's gonna create bonfire right under this guy's feet.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah,
Go ahead
we're
and
gonna
roll
teach
that
him
out.
a bit of a lesson here, I think.
That is a
All right,
2.
create bonfire.
Right.
Oh, did it do the thing?
Yes, it did.
There we
Perfect.
go.
All right, so that is queued up to occur. And Voya, why don't you take your swings against these guys as you hear the thundering of hooves as some horseback riding friends seem to be approaching your direction. But these guys are still focused on attacking you.
Oh, you little kitty have claws. I've got an axe, and she smashes the one in front of her. That one.
Okay. Would you like to rage ahead of time or just axe?
No, they are not worth raging.
You got it.
Oh, they're really not. They're not.
All right, that's a hit. He is still up, if only barely.
I'm
You've got a second attack. Would you like to take?
Oh, I've got the second attack. You know what? It would be unfair only for one of you to be attacked. So I turn to the other one and attack, attack him.
Excellent.
Finish him.
The most
All
considerate
right.
barbarian ever.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. That is also a hit for 11 points. And so you give each of these guys a nice old swing, and then as they stagger backwards, this one immediately is met by a crossbow bolt in the back. Ah! And then his feet lit upon fire by the bonfire created under him. Ah! Mara, you're up again at the top of the round.
All right. Do I have the movement to get off my horse? Yeah, I think I can barely make it.
Oh, definitely.
With my little legs.
Yeah,
all right.
Good.
Yeah, she's gonna run up on this guy. Take some swings. Well, actually, can I position myself to be
sure
next to both of them so I can
horse has a
swing
lot
at
more
both?
movement, so horse
That's
can
true,
take you
okay.
here or here, and then you can hop off and get to where you need to be.
All right. Let me do.
All right. Attack number 1 on the bloody guy.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. And that will slash through his spine, and he drops to the ground like a rock.
Sheesh.
And
Yeah.
the second hit will bloody the other guy.
Nice. And she's gonna. I'm assuming these guys are pretty big, but she's
Yeah.
gonna say, "Hey, you pick on someone your own size." Because I'm assuming this Dragonborn is bigger.
Yeah. Yep. Right. So the thug is up. And at this time, additionally, you see several figures that are rushing in from the nearby port town on their way to aid, spears in hand. They've just been dashing. And this guy, now seeing that he is outnumbered more than 4-1, is going to say, "Ugh!" Looking like he wants to run. I'm going to roll a wisdom check. He's going to try and run. He triggers attacks of opportunity from both of you.
Yeah.
Wow. He's silly.
Right. So,
Oh my God, Mara.
so Voya, you tap his back with the axe. There's a splash outwards in your direction, and then Mara basically just hits him in the ankles, and there's a tumbling before he skids to the ground, unmoving. And
Wow.
with that,
That was easy.
we are out of combat.
Wow.
These poor guys. They didn't know what they were getting themselves into.
Yeah. I'm going to keep track of how many people we killed today just for fun. Just
For no
because.
reason.
Yep. Just want to see how we do.
Just necromancer things, right?
The fun count.
Hashtag not a necromancer, but really a necromancer.
Mhm.
All right. Boy, Amara, will you introduce yourselves, or are you waiting first to see what these local guards have to say as they rush in to aid you?
Mara
Bring
would
my
probably
axe.
yeah, she would probably sheath her sword and go up and sort of look at the bodies on the ground and say, that was real impressive there. Nice to meet you. I'm Mara, and is looking up and is gonna stick out her hand. And you see a stout halfling, an older woman, with a big for her. It's basically a long sword, but on her it looks like a great sword. With a crossbow also on her back in some chainmail.
Hello there. Nice to meet you. My name is Voyana. Have you ever heard of Voyna, my great-grandfather?
Make a
I
history
have?
check at disadvantage.
Okay. Oh no. She's not super. Oh no.
That's a no.
It's okay.
I don't know.
After all, you're a halfling, so you might have your own heroes. Nonetheless, my name is Voyana, and I'm here to become even more famous than my great-grandfather, so that even creatures of different races know the name of Na.
Oh wow, okay.
As you're saying so, the two local guards catch up and say, "Oh, are you all right? Was it Nach that I heard your name is?"
Yes. Why would you think we're not okay? We were just doing some morning practice here with my new friends.
We saw a fight and we knew that there are some lapses in guard patrols due to the attack recently. We worried that there might be highwaymen out again. But Miss Nah, I'm glad to see that you're as heroic as your stature would suggest, and could take care of yourself.
Thank you. I also appreciate that you leave some of this rogues or maybe bandits for warriors like me to, spend some fun time with.
Well, if you'd like some more fun times, we've got some cultists. If you'd like to kill them too.
That works. Unless it's a secret mission, which will never mention my name. For those I don't care.
The other one's gonna say, well, perhaps not kill, but if must be, it's probably not best that our policy be kill, but nonetheless.
Of course, yes. There should always be a place for mercy.
The town recently had a run-in with a group of death cultists. They've holed up at a water spring up to the south in the mountains.
Is this different from the thing that we did? Or is that what they're talking about?
This is a different place, so yes.
Okay.
They'll say, I don't know if you have any priestly healers amongst you. We could use all the help we can get in terms of treating the wounded from the attack. It was only several days ago, and there are some who are still grievously hurt, and many who have fallen sick.
I was going to turn around and look at Rose.
Rose and say, all right, I'll get on it, okay. As this conversation is continuing, Irven, the Dark Elf, will dismount and approach to comment on the fact that in the Valley of Rain, they spoke of the fact that before the dead rose, sickness spread across their villages. I worry that this might be a similar case. What do you think? And so
Just
probably
we should
check
go
that
into
out.
the city. Hey.
What was that? Margarita, what'd you say?
If it is contagious, we don't want to get close to them.
I'll say, if you wish, the choice is entirely yours. I can show you on your map the way to the water spring where they hold up. If you're just looking for more fights to be had.
Did we spend a lot of time in the port city?
No, you passed through. You passed through, and with the Dark Elves, you were moving quick enough that you didn't really want to wait to even visit your family. But that isn't too far away if you'd like to do it now. So, we've got several points of interest. Firstly, the Hospital of Lyra, where the injured from the cultist attack would be. Second, the site where the cultists are holed up, which is at a water spring to the south in the mountains. And lastly would be visiting the general store where some of Mara's family work.
Yeah.
If it's expressed that the
City.
cultists, their cultists doing bad things with the dead, Shia would feel it was.
They don't
like
mention
her duty
anything about
to-
the dead,
No.
but Irvin does assert that the sickness would be similar to what was in the valley.
I mean, Shia would feel it's kind of her responsibility to go give them a stern talking to, if nothing else.
I feel like Mara would. I think we all eventually want to go to the spring to like handle the cultists.
Mhm.
I think Mara would want to stop by, like the temple or and like maybe the general store really quick, just to like see what's going on.
Yeah.
Because she would be familiar with like the townsfolk and want to like check on her kids or something.
Yeah, and Rose would be all about going there to try and heal the people.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So, go ahead.
Finding in hospital or places like general store, let's rush into Water Spring. We should seriously stop this. That is, those cultists or whoever they are, they should certainly be defeated.
Mara's gonna go up to her and say, well, if you meet the townsfolk first and then go and kill the cultists, then they'll know that it was you.
I see you're really good in arguing. I will admit this.
Okay.
It's that mom negotiation.
If you eat
might
your Brussels sprouts first,
You can have some cake, yeah.
Yep, cake
You
will
might
taste
be
better.
not a large creature, but there are some. I see that deep inside you're someone really big.
Oh, God. Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So it sounds like we're going into the town. Do we want to go to the hospital or to the general store first?
For
Do
the
we have to
sake,
go all together?
yeah.
Not necessarily.
Well, for the sake
have
of
to.
maybe
Oh.
Jake will actually show up, maybe do the store first and then the hospital, and on the off chance
Sure.
he shows up.
We have an MIA, which we have several suspicions as to very good reasons why that might be, but hopefully Jake will join us somewhat later in our session. All right.
I'd
Give it a
do
little
this
time.
because some people will die while we are not on the way to a hospital. So, yeah,
what you do
doing this, like,
understand, what you do understand about the present situation is that the cultists are no longer attacking. There was a conflict that happened, probably just outside the town, but they've all since withdrawn up into the mountains. So it's not necessarily a presently active threat, though it is certainly of some concern. So in that case, shall we make our way to the general store? All right.
Yeah, that's what, because Mara's family runs a general store, or they work there.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
So let's head there.
That's lovely.
She's expecting Louise to still be there.
Right.
Unless this was a different mineral store.
No, it's
We'll
the store
see.
that Louise was working at.
She better be there.
So
Strong words for that.
You all can make your way in when you are ready. Irvan will break off and go to scout out the path up the mountains to give you guys a general idea of what it's going to look like to come up on the cultists. Okay. So you all will head into town, and the last detail I'll mention that may be of interest to you is that the sickness, and this can be informed, you were around to learn this kind of knowledge, the sickness that was proliferated in the valley was spread through water. And those who didn't drink water didn't get sick. So, drink from your water skins while you're in town.
Gosh darn it, people.
As you come up on the doors to push them open, you can hear the sounds of conversation from within, Mara, and immediately recognize several voices. First and foremost, you can hear the sound of Lester and Lucas, your twins, I believe, who are presently harassing would be an aggressive word, but they're all over this customer. And you can see as you open the door, they've got several satchels and pouches on their sides, and certainly are rizzing him up, as it were, and are like,
Oh,
well, I can give you a much better deal if that
and we got some special merchandise outside the back if you want to just deal with us directly. And you can see your oldest daughter, Lara, is presently behind the counter of the store and is saying, "Boys, give him the man some space. We're trying to do honest business here. Don't..." And is simply overwhelmed and frustrated by the antics. But as you enter the building, opening the door, she'll look towards you and say, "Mom!"
Mara will go, "Hi," and look at the twins and go, "Boys, listen to your sister."
At the moment that they hear your voice, Lester and Lucas look to one another and then say, "Yeah, see us out back!" and rush out this side door at great speed.
God. Oh boy. Mara will go up to this man and say, "Real sorry about that. They're just real enthusiastic boys. You know."
I'll say, "I don't know what you're talking about. I just wanted to come and buy myself some supplies for the road, and suddenly it's all kinds of supplies. It's all kinds of special dust and special inks and parchment, and maybe I could use these things. I don't know, but I'm not certain that I need them. Pardon me, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. I'm going to go outside to clear my head."
Oh boy. Okay. Well, with that, Mara will go up and give her daughter a big hug and a bunch of forehead kisses.
Laura will wrap her arms around you and say, "Oh, I'm so glad to see you, Mom. It's been so hard holding down the fort. We had to buy the general store. It was gonna go out of business, and we still had some of Dad's money lying around, so we all chipped in and we took over the place. You might be a little happy or unhappy. I don't know. You want to know. Louise isn't working here anymore. She's up training now at the hospital Alira. But that's after some escapades, which she mentioned she saw you on."
Yeah, I saw her. And honestly, that's okay. That she's not working here anymore. I think it's probably for the best, as long as she's at the temple. And
Last
has
I heard.
some better influences. Someone's watching out for her, then well, you know your sister. She's gonna do whatever she's gonna do.
I do. And Shael and Voya, will you have made your way into the general store? Rose has and is looking around the merchandise casually.
Yeah, Shia would be in there to see if there's anything super lovely and fun she might be able to buy. She doesn't really get to go to general stores that often.
Yeah, I think like when you guys come in, Mara would like introduce you to her daughter, and everything.
And she'd say,
And she
"Hi,"
said,
and give you all a hug if you take them.
Oh yeah, Shia would be hugging everybody. Knowing that they're Mara's family, she'd be hugging everybody. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Feeling a bit uncomfortable because those are some cute creatures who have family of someone I've just met and they're hugging me.
Yeah.
But okay.
They're super tiny.
It's a lot.
Compared to you, they're super tiny.
And Mara would say, "I would introduce you to the boys, but they seem to have run away." Like sort of yell out the back, knowing that they're like hiding back there.
Yeah, Laura will say, "Yeah, their schemes dried up, so they decided to come home, and they've been trying to run them here."
Ah, jeez. Okay, well, I'll have a talk with them later.
I've had a couple of unfortunate times when I've had to take care of the kids that I've had to leave them in charge of the home, but thankfully there's the much more responsible Littlefoot. "How you doing, Lloyd? How was the shift?" He says, "Oh, it was all right. You want to get..." "Oh, hi, Mom." And you can see your son, Lloyd, who enters.
Yeah,
and
she's gonna go up and hug him and give him a bunch of mom kisses and stuff.
Yeah.
Also,
So he'll give you a big comment. "Oh, hey, Mom," and say, Yeah, Laura. I'll take over from here on out. You go have lunch with your family. Why don't you? She'll say. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lloyd. And as she passes by you, Laura, she'll say, Lloyd's been taking on shifts with the town guard recently. He's been volunteering to help out with patrols.
Oh. Oh, that's interesting.
All right, bye everyone. Nice to meet
Bye.
you. She'll jog off.
Yeah. Yeah, Mara would just be like excited to see so many of her kids in one place. Finally, for one. She's having a great time.
All right. And how about
She's
the rest?
gonna like ask him a bunch of questions about like the town guard, what he's been doing, and like all that. good
Perfect.
stuff.
How about the other two of you? Are you just sort of perusing the goods?
Yeah, I would actually probably like to buy some clothes for taking care of my ex.
Okay.
I wonder if we can get a discount being friends of a friend or family.
That's Lloyd will say, well, is this fine dragonborn woman your friend, Mom?
Mara kind of like looks up and down and says, yeah, she's a friend. Go ahead and give her a discount.
Yeah, I heard there's this thing called microfibra or something like that. I heard that it is really good in cleaning.
And
Not sure what the name is, but I think I heard it like that.
And so
Some kind of
yeah,
magic like infused thing.
he'll sell you some certainly not magical. That would be illegal. A cloth that is well designed by Vergent City's best artisans for cleaning your weapon. Lovely. And he'll run you 2 gold pieces for that. He'll sell you two of them, one each.
I thought I asked for a discount. That's silly.
He says, usually it would be 4 gold pieces if I was giving you the 2 for 1 special. Usually they're 3 each.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it then.
Yeah.
That sounds like a deal then. Yeah, totally.
And I even add onto your character sheet a little bonus for your axe for damage here. All right, there we go. We can have that on. Awesome. And Shael, are you looking around, looking for anything that is catching your eye?
I mean, she is looking around, but I can't think of anything that she wants or needs at the moment.
You see some buckets, some ladles, some ration packs, maybe some packing materials.
I honestly cannot think of anything that she would need. Her.
Okay. That's fine.
Her.
We can move on.
Oh, actually, though, quick question. Any chance you, if I wanted to send a letter home, let's say, if I gave you a letter, would you be able to make sure it got delivered? Is that a service that you offer?
Lloyd will say, yeah, I can get you a letter sent.
Lovely. I would then just need some paper and an envelope, and if I could entrust you with that, I would gladly do so.
Okay, I'll run you about 6 silver for that. We'll say 4 with a discount.
Oh, no, that is okay. I do not expect a discount
Okay.
for your services. I will gladly pay full price.
And you can see that this is probably one of the larger, especially sort of beefier halflings that you've ever seen. And as he kind of wanders around, he's got a bit of a sway to his movements. And
big boy.
your products one by one. You say, all right, there you go. And go ahead and mark that coin off if you'd like. And
yeah, and then she'll just find somewhere to kind of stand out of the way and write a note to be sent home.
And would you like to tell us what you're writing, or would you like to tell me later?
It honestly, off the top of my head, I think it's just gonna be another one of her letters home, like she sent when we were in Delphin, like basically like, oh hey, we're in this particular town/city. Don't worry, everything's fine. Only ran into a little bit of trouble and stuff. And I think there was stuff she wanted to consult Grampy about, and I just can't remember what that is right now. But for right now, let's just consider a typical, hey, I'm here, I'm fine, don't worry.
And we can retroactively fill in any details that you remember you want to inform of later.
Yeah, there's...
Okay, then. In that case, would you like to move on, or do you have any more business to have in the general store? Lloyd will say to you, Mara, you've seen most of the family that's still in town. Rest of them are all off, other cities, other places, doing other things. But Louise is here if you want to see her. She's still working at the hospital.
Oh yeah, Lara told me. I'll go check on her.
Okay.
Oh, I also saw Dave Jr.
Oh, that's good. How's Dave doing?
Oh, you know, he's a sensitive boy. He's going through some things, but he'll be fine.
Well, that's good. Okay. Good to see you, Mom.
Oh, it's good to see you too, hun. She's gonna go around the counter and give him another big hug. Like, pick him up slightly, even though he's, like, really big.
Rose will just kind of shift around and say, all right, we ready to get going?
Yeah, we should go.
Yeah. And she'll make her way outside. On all of your way outside of the building, you will see the other two halflings whom you saw on the way in, who are back at it and completing a business transaction with this individual. You can see that there's an exchange of coin, and the boys are passing some sealed pouches to the man. They'll say, just careful how you ration it, and just, yeah, hey, Mom, how's it going? Hey, and they immediately just start to move off to the side, create some distance.
Wait, before they run off, can I try and grab both of them by the ears? If they're next to each other? She's gonna, like, mom reflex, like, oh.
All right.
Yeah, she's
roll
gonna,
me
like...
2 athletics checks, please.
Damn. Okay. Okay, normal. Damn.
All right. Well, you succeed.
See that she's trying to do that. I would like to help her. So if she doesn't get one of those, I will dash forward and try to grab if anyone escaped.
Okay. Roll me an athletics check, Voya.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. So, Mara, you successfully grab Lester, and as Lucas tries to slip away, Voya dashes forwards and grabs hold of him, allowing you to now round around and take them both by the scruff of their collars.
All right. Yeah, she's gonna, like...
Strong enough to hold all of them like that.
With his goods.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy's a lost cause. Yeah, she's gonna, like, pull them slightly back and, like, kind of plop them on the ground and say, what have I told you about scamming people? And she's gonna, like, finger wag really aggressively at them.
Lester say, well, we're not scamming, it's legitimate product. Here, look. And he'll hold out the pouch and kind of unseal it a bit, and you can see a little bit of crystalline green dust flow out and say, Vergent crystal dust? That stuff sells for a fortune. Just don't let any of the guards know we're making money off it.
She's gonna, like...
Vergent dust?
What have I told you about selling illegal things?
Oh, no, not... Wait, never mind. I don't even think would know what the word virgin is. Never mind.
This is Vergent crystal dust.
Yeah, Vergent, not virgin, and the 15-year-old wouldn't
No.
know that meant
Vergent.
anyhow.
Okay.
Yikes.
You know, like I'm sorry, I misheard something.
No, this is
Um,
a known illicit substance in the Empire.
Yeah, she's gonna give them a very stern talking to about obeying the law and, just like a proper spiel.
And Lucas is gonna
And
say, "But Mom, we gotta make money somehow. We gotta keep the store open."
and she's gonna say, then work at the store. It's a normal store. Just do your shifts and go home. You know what? I have to go check on your sister. And she's gonna stand them both up, give them both a hug and a kiss on the forehead, and say, "Stay out of trouble." And she's gonna start walking away.
And they're gonna make their way back inside.
Um,
And she's gonna rub her temples. Oh, I wish their father was here.
better their father than Dirk. I think Dirk might have tried to arrest them on the spot.
That is actually very true. Yes, I'm glad Dirk was not there.
I will catch up shortly to this hospital. I would like to give a proper thank you to your son who will be delivering my letter back home. I'll be right back. And she's gonna double time it back in here and catch up with the two boys. Excuse me, what you have there, is it actually powder from a real Vergent crystal, or is it fake?
The one I'm gonna say. I mean, we've got some scam pouches, but we usually don't sell those anymore because we got a good supply. So it's real. It's real.
Do you happen to have an actual crystal and not just powder?
No, we just get the powder.
All right. How much are you charging for the real powder?
Well, we just get it for big, 50 gold a pouch.
Could I please see one of the pouches to see how much powder is in the pouch? I might need it, and I might need a lot of it.
Okay. And he'll open up one of the pouches so you can see what's inside. How much do you need?
Well, I might need enough to pour into water in a cave where there are some trapped, tortured sea elf souls that I promised I would try and
So you're looking for
help
enough
them.
to saturate the water. Okay.
If it or to have a pool of water that maybe I could pour the dust into. I'm not sure if it will work, but I made a promise, and you always keep your promises. So I might need a lot, especially if it's not the actual crystal.
By your estimation, you'll need 3 or 4 pouches of the stuff to match up with the amount of water which you have water skinned away from the valley's rivers.
I will tell you what. So as not to make your mother worry, because she is very lovely and very nice, I will buy all that you have of the real powder, and you will promise to not do bad illegal things anymore. Do we have a deal?
Boys will look to one another and say, "Sorry, we can't sell our whole stash. We can sell you 6 pouches at most."
Sell me everything you have that is real, and promise, and always keep your promises, or else promise that you will run a legitimate business from now on, so that your mother does not need to worry.
We are legitimate businessmen. Do you want a deal or not?
Promise, and then we have a deal.
Promise what?
That you will no longer do bad illegal things that will cause your mother to be worried and concerned.
The boys look to one another, and they both kind of give each other a nod and say, "We promise we'll not do any more bad illegal things that'll give our mom a worry." Now, do we have a deal or not?
Then yes, in that case, we do have a deal.
Okay, you want all 6 pouches?
Yes.
Okay, that's gonna be 300 gold.
That's fine. I have the money right here. But if I find out that you are selling me any of the not genuine powder, or if you decide to turn to a life of crime again, and she'll lean in real close to both of their faces.
Make an intimidation check.
I will come back here and I will punish you worse than your mother ever could. Intimidation?
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, why did it roll at thingies?
Nope, that's perfect. 12 is good.
Normal.
So they'll say, well, hey, look, you won't hear about that. You won't hear about us making any bad deals or any illicit anything. You won't hear a word of it. We promise.
All right. Always keep your promises, because if you don't, I will come back here and I will punish you greatly for it. And
Okay.
I always keep my promises.
Okay.
And yeah, she'll give him the money and she'll buy the pouches.
Okay. They give you the pouches, 6 pouches of Vergent crystal dust, and they'll say, yeah, so you can inhale this. That's usually what people do with it, and it'll enhance your connections to the weave of the world a bit.
That sounds disgusting. I am not going to inhale this. That sounds awful. It is going to be used to save some tortured souls.
Great. And as they've received your money, they kind of both do a little happy dance. This is a big sale, so.
I think she comes from a wealthy family.
So your deal is complete.
All right. Oh God, if I did something, I might kill him accidentally. So Shia won't do anything. No, I was gonna she was gonna chill touch them is almost like a way to drive home the point that she'll really be mad. But we'll save that for another time.
Yeah.
And then thank you for your business, and remember, keep your promise, or you'll be sorry. And then she'll scurry back out of the store and put the pouches away.
Perfect. All right. Well, they're gonna head out the back door to go secure their funds, and you all can group up and make your way to the Hospital of Lyra.
Yeah. She raced a couple of drug dealers. Unbelievable.
Well, they just found their wealthiest buyer. So,
Yeah.
I don't know what that says about the 15-year-old, but you know.
Oh boy.
And as we're walking, I don't believe, Sue, you've given Margarita that much of a description of Shael. Would you do so?
Oh, yeah. So she is a half human, half high elf, 15-year-old little girl. Yeah, she's your typical 15-year-old girl. No, she's not. But at some point she would have held out her hand and introduced herself properly. And she's got a wand with a skull on the top that when she flips open the bottom of it, it's actually a writing pen. So it's a wand and a writing pen. And she's got a skull on her shirt. She's got skull earrings. But otherwise, just your normal 15-year-old little girl that buys, drugs from halfling boys, apparently. But otherwise, she's got a completely normal 15-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not a necromancer.
Yeah, hashtag not a necromancer.
All right. So, you find your way to a temple, which has several sort of wings to it. This is a temple to Lyra, one of the 5 gods of the Pantheon of Unity, the primary devoted, trying to merge words that don't work together, sect of devotion, I suppose, for people on this continent. Lyra being the goddess of empathy, medicine is a large part of what this goddess focuses on. And so within this hospital, you can see a number of doctors, nurses, or clerics, or all of those descriptions, who are taking care of various, various ailed peoples. As you enter, you can hear coughing sounds coming from a number of the afflicted, but the guards you see also have wounds from battle, some perhaps sort of scarring on their armor from almost, it looks like, ash and tearing. Shael, you recognize damage from necromantic magic.
Right.
And then on others, you can see simple sort of puncture wounds that are being treated. You can see Louise, though, Mara's daughter, who has been met before. She is treating a young human girl. Entering, what will you all do?
Mara will probably greet some of the priests or priestesses who are around, because this is probably her church.
Yeah.
That she would regularly go to, so she probably knows people.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll wave and greet some people, and want to walk over and see Louise.
All right.
And just
Rose will come along with you.
Catch up with her.
Crap. There are things that Shael could maybe do to help people, especially inflicted with necrotic damage, but I worry she'd kill them in the process. So maybe she shouldn't try.
Okay.
It might be bad.
Why don't we
might accidentally kill though.
Address that as we come to it.
Yeah.
I'd also ask.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Warrior would go to people who look like warriors who actually have wounds from the battle, and try to cheer them up, saying that she has been to the fights and she knows what it is. Well, maybe this guy, yeah. And yeah, pretty much talk to them, saying that they're brave, they're great warriors, and they will be doing great. Pretty much just trying to cheer them up because she cannot heal, really.
Excellent. Why don't you roll me a performance check?
She's like an athlete that goes to hospitals to cheer up kids. It's don't worry, I'm here now.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right, and we've got a 4. And so this guard laying in bed after having been blasted with necrotic energy just kind of looks up with a clearly very motivated by the rousing speech of Oya.
You're gonna be good, and she does this without really touching him because it looks like it might actually do worse.
There, Lemon.
Yeah. Excellent. All right.
Oh boy.
And Shael, you probably not moved off the map. And then coming here, Rose is just gonna kind of be looking around, bit nosy, just looking at each of the patients, sort of doing medicine checks on them, and making sure, yeah, good job, good job. You're taking the doctor's work, more or less, it seems. And then has a bit of a oh no when she looks at this girl. Louise is holding the hand of this girl, saying, "Just focus on healing. It's gonna be good. You're gonna be strong." Oh, hi, Mom.
She's singing a song. Oh, yeah. Mara will go, "Hi, hon. Sorry, didn't want to interrupt. You keep doing your healing thing."
Oh yeah. Are you here back? It's okay. We're just And the girl will kind of say, "Hi." And Louise will let go of her hand and turn towards you. Louise is sitting on a little stool by the bed. Say, well, are you back in town? Are you back home? Have you found Dad?
No, I haven't found Dad. She's lying. But we're in town for a little bit. And we're trying to look into whatever's going on here. Do you remember anything about these attacks, or?
Yeah, I mean,
Are these people okay?
There was a run-in between those cultists, we think they are, and the city guard, and there were also some traitors, which this poor little girl was one of the family of, and she ended up getting the worst. She was taken hostage, and She points to a blade resting on the table nearby. In fact, it's not so much a blade as the handle of a blade. You can see the blade itself is absent, but what you can see are several red crystalline shards that are sort of at the base where the blade would have been. And at this, I'd actually ask Voya to make me a history check. See how this goes. History 15, perfect. So Voya, as you find yourself wandering over to here, you recognize the make of weapon. This is in the form of a dagger, an Axaris blood blade. The Axaris was the organization which ruled over this continent before the Vergent Empire, some 350 years ago. They practiced a lot of dark magic and blood magic. Axaris blood blades are the most lethal forms of weapon, which leave unhealable wounds in their victims. In fact, one of these blades was what slew the great Voyanach. And so you're quite familiar with what this weapon is, and the incurable nature of the wounds that it leaves.
Oh dear.
You can see on this young girl a bandaged up but still flowing wound on her stomach from a similar kind of blade, it seems. And Louise will say, "Yeah, well, little Stacy got stabbed during the fight. So we've been just trying to take care of her as well as she can, and praying to Lyra, and as Rose makes her way over and casts a lesser restoration to no effect, saying, just hoping that a really powerful healer comes along or something. Do we know about that guy, that powerful paladin guy that we met in the cave?" Rose will say, "My dad's a cleric, just like me. Hold on, I'll send him a send him spell." Okay, he's on his way, but it's gonna take him a while.
Shayo's gonna say, "I'll be right back," and she's gonna run back to Mara's place of business, write out another letter that has to go this time to Grampy, telling him what's going on, and be like, "Can you please come? There's another crazy ass dagger that's doing crazy ass things." Kind of like, you know what I mean? She's gonna send him an SOS.
Okay.
I will try to ask people around the girl to step away from the girl so that the girl cannot hear what we're saying, and ask them if we want to keep torturing the girl, or maybe we should be merciful, because she's suffering, and the only thing we can do, it seems like, to make her suffering longer.
Mara would say, "Well, where are her parents?"
And Louise will say, "They didn't make it from the encounter with the cultists."
Ah, jeez. Okay.
We're being selfish here because we want this girl to leave, but the truth is there is no chance that blade that's there's nothing to be done.
I have a theological question for you, Jake Henry.
Yeah.
What are the thoughts of the Pantheon and also the Temple of Lyra's policy on medically assisted suicide, basically?
Ooh.
What would they think of this?
I would put it at this. It may not come to that. Rose will add in to say, "This girl's only got a couple of days left. I don't think my dad's gonna make it here in time."
That's okay. I just sent a letter home. Hopefully it gets there quickly. We're not gonna let a young girl die. Grampy will know what to do.
So you said that you don't think it's gonna come to that. But she doesn't have a lot of time left.
Right. Louise will sort of wipe a little tear away from her eye and say, Yeah. How's Shael doing, Sue?
Sorry, sinuses. Yeah, no, she fully believes that Grampy can make everything better. Because she's a 15-year-old kid who doesn't know any better. It's all right. Grampy will know what to do.
And Weasel's not to say, okay. Well, hopefully your grandfather gets here in time. Who is he?
Well, he's very smart. And he's been around a very long time. And I think he'll know what to do.
And she'll say,
Can
okay.
we?
Yeah.
Is there a way to like put this girl to sleep, like basically in a coma, so she's not like conscious until Grampy gets there or something happens?
Luce would say, we can probably invoke something like that. Give her some rest. I don't know if we have any clerics of rest well here with us. But if we did, then that would certainly help.
That's not gonna matter.
This is
that she's not.
This is a pointed question. So Sue, do you and Shelley want to take a role in this?
Right. So I think I would be bending the rules of these spells.
Okay.
With what I have,
which will be okay.
The only thing she can try. Right. Well, she has life transference, which allows her to take damage to restore hit points to somebody else. I don't think that would do a darn thing. She's got the spell Dawn. Each creature can save or take radiant damage. If she could focus it on the area where the wound is, it won't heal. That's kind of the closest she's got to counteract. If it's necrotic damage that this girl took, to counteract it with radiant, I think that's all she's got.
Does Rose have anything?
Rose can, let's see, what do we have on spells? Yeah, I don't know if Jake would have had Greater Restoration prepared, but Rose can go ahead and try that to no avail.
Yeah. If it's radiant, we need, like I said, the closest she's got is the Dawn spell.
Rose would say, I can do radiant. I can do all sorts of radiant damage, but I don't know if that's going to help here. What does Shelley think of the idea of trying to invoke the power of Mir, the god of rest, to help this girl enter some sort of induced coma until hopefully someone can come help her?
Before she does that, and again, she wouldn't know. She might just spitball the idea. If the blade that caused the damage, what if I don't know? Could it be destroyed? Or if we did damage to that,
Louise would say the blade disintegrated in the wound. That's why it's unhealable.
Oh.
Is there a way to, like, I don't know, upcast the sleep spell or something like that? I don't know. I haven't played.
Yeah, sleep by upcasting it. It's more hit points.
I'm gonna, for the sake of simplicity, say if the goal is to give this girl a coma of rest, that can be achieved if Shael wants to try and facilitate it.
Yeah.
We don't have time to wait for the cavalry to show up. So,
Margarita, did you have something you wanted to say?
No, not for the girl. If you think she's savable, then let's try. Yes.
Basically, the calls have just gone out to the two most powerful individuals that the party knows, who are not here, but maybe they can get here. So, what do you think?
Okay. I would be okay with it, but then also, since we're in the hospital, it's not really that I'm wounded, but there's like a couple of scratches and I have. I know you already have a lot of
Band-Aid?
work, but yes, can I please get something like a Band-Aid?
This doctor is gonna move over to here, walk up to you with a deadpan face, tie a bandage around your arm, healing you for 6 hit points, and say, "There, you feeling better?"
Yes, not perfect, but
great, you'll be
better
fine.
for sure.
Goes back to his work.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
triple digit hit points and is worried about a hangnail. That's amazing. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Hey,
Like my
I've only
shoulder
got
feels
one of
weird.
it.
Oh god, that's amazing. All right. Ah, crap. All right. I don't know if the girl Shael's gonna come over to this girl, and I'm guessing they're around the same age.
The girl's a little younger than you. She's probably 10, 11.
All right.
You're around the same age as Louise, who's helping out here.
If you don't mind me asking, your name, please.
Stacy.
Stacy. Okay. Thank you, Stacy. I'll be right back. And
Okay.
she's gonna like double time it outside. Because whether or not her calling to the god of the dead is really going to be welcome in this hospital, you know. So maybe we'll go outside to make the call.
I would say you're familiar enough with religion to say you could make it within here and it would not cause a distress. The Pantheon of Unity has no quarrel with the god of rest.
All right. I don't. All right, you know what? She's just gonna tuck herself over in a corner somewhere.
Okay.
And send out a very quiet SOS. On behalf of the girl Stacy.
Okay. Would you like to share any of what that prayer would be?
Hi, Lord Mirror. I don't know if you remember me. We only met briefly. It's me, Shael. I need your help. There's a young girl. We can't figure out a way to cure her. So maybe you could help us until help can get here. Please.
Make a religion check for me.
Cripes.
Roll at advantage.
You know what? I'll gladly take the advantage just in case. Just in case. All right, there we go.
A 19. Oh, even better than the first one. Very good. All right. You hear a voice familiar to you, a voice you heard once before when you passed through the gates of death. The voice of the kind man with whom you walked through the quiet garden, whom gave you the choice to stay or to return to the life that you have. The voice of Mir, god of the dead and the god of rest. The restful dead, that is. He will answer your prayer. You hear his voice quietly speak as if into your ear, say, "What do you wish my influence to assist this girl with?"
If you can, keep her from dying before help can come and save her.
He'll say, "I will preserve her thread all that I can." Do well today, little Shael. My eyes are on her.
Thank you very much. And sorry to trouble you. I know how busy you are.
There's no trouble when there is need. And with that, feel the prayer conclude. The girl at this point has drifted into a natural slumber, and Louise will kind of say, "Mom, I was gonna ask, are you leaving again?"
Well, we were gonna head towards Vergent City
Okay.
eventually.
I was gonna ask if I could come with you again. I've had some good cleric training, but I'm gonna stay here with Stacy. I'm gonna make sure she's okay. I hope you
Ara
can
will
find
go
Dad.
up to her. Yeah, she'll go up to her and say, "Okay, hon, I'm proud of you. You're doing a good job." And she's gonna give her
Thanks.
a forehead kiss.
I always
Crap.
loved the idea of running away on a grand adventure like you are now. But this is where they need me right now. What do you got?
Everything.
Crap, that's not gonna work. Sorry. No,
No worries.
Shael has a mushroom of restoration that she was given by the mushroom people when she helped them find a new home, but that wouldn't do anything either.
Right, I believe that would just be the same as what Rose attempted to cast, which was unsuccessful.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Okay.
All right, then.
One thing the crazy 15-year-old is going to do, she's gonna grab a sheet, a blank, whatever she's got to, in the hilt of that that dagger.
Yeah.
It's coming with her. She's gonna bring it with her.
Okay, so you can take down the...
Yeah, she doesn't want to touch it,
Yeah, I'll
but
just
it's
add
coming
it.
with her. Because when she finds the person who wielded that dagger, there will be 9 levels of hell to pay.
Okay. Fabulous. I just added that to your list.
All right.
If the visit to the hospital is concluded, shall we head to Port Anghar? Port Anghar, that's where we are. Shall we head to the mountains south of Port Anghar? Apologies, I'm a little flustered. Meeting up with the Dark Elf and hunting down these cultists.
Yep.
Let's do it. You can follow the road to a mountain pass where Irvan has scouted out. He will say, "All right, I can see them up on the hill. And yes, I think they're the same kind of cultists that we've met in the valley." And he points to several skeletons which sway in the mountain pass wind. He'll point up to the hill and you can see an individual armored in the same kind of dark form that you saw in the groves. This, he'll say, "We can approach as you see fit. I noted 4 humanoid combatants atop the hill." So, with that in mind, how are we going to approach this situation?
Loudly and violently.
I was gonna say, do we want to, like, I don't know, try and have some kind of formation, like someone who has, like, range who could, like, sit up on one of these, like, higher elevation platforms?
Depending on what she's doing, Shael has range.
You have a better idea of what is going on here. I was just unable to find something here.
And they haven't noticed us yet, right?
Correct.
But we can see
you
them.
do have, if you would like it, the element of surprise.
Yeah. That'd be nice to have.
There we go.
All right. First things first.
So what we're working with here are several levels of elevation, as was well pointed out. You can see a ladder which leads up past this waterfall to the water spring where these cultists seem to be camped out. There's also a footpath to the west, which is available. And for Rose, we will be casting spells at an upcasted level, which are on the list.
We're preemptively mage armoring ourselves. Where are we? Alright, so Shael now has an AC of 14. And
I'm going to have Irvin roll a stealth check and approach quietly. It's going to take this position on the hill right now. Alright.
Because ideally, what would be great is if we could take out these two guys down here first, quietly, and then be able to sneak up on this like main platform of baddies.
You mean these two here? These guys?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Which, I mean, Irvin can probably do a buttload of damage with like sneak attack nonsense.
In fact, would you like to start by asking him to just take those shots and try and take those two skeletons out of commission?
I mean, maybe. I just don't want, if they don't go down in like one round, I don't want them to like make noise and alert the rest of them.
Okay. So why don't you all... Yeah, go ahead.
You know what? Since there, it seems like there are two ways up, and it's going to be hard for someone as big as me to hide. What I can do is actually distract them, and maybe we can try to attack them, and then I reveal myself somewhere on, let's say, the right side, and you can try to sneak in on the left side. How about that?
Actually, if you want, Shael once a day can cast invisibility. I don't know if we ever said it was specifically just for her, or if she could use it on someone else. It's the, it's, you know what? It's something she gets, Shadow Touch. She can do invisibility and inflict wounds once per day.
For now, I'm going to say it's just casting the invisibility spell so you can put it on someone else.
Here, let's see.
How long does it last?
Let's see. A creature
hour.
you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends, which could be up to an hour. It ends when you attack or cast a spell, so you'd be invisible up until you were ready to start swinging, basically.
So if you can sneak up on those guys invisible and Irvin can kind of hide out, you guys can probably take out those dudes, like, pretty easy, right?
And actually, if he takes them out before you even get there, because you'll be invisible, he won't know where you are. You can stay invisible until we're into the thick of it.
Right.
But yeah, the invisibility ends as soon as you attack.
Yeah, I like this plan.
All right, but
okay, have you already thought those guys? Do you know, like, from what you can see, if many of them have ranged attacks or if they're more melee fighters? Do you have any?
If they're the same
knowledge?
cultists that we fought before, we would know that they have like spells and stuff, right?
Yeah. So these guys seem to be sword and shield wielding warriors. These guys seem to be spell casting mages. And then these skeletons are mostly just sort of drones that are fairly weak and just have like a small weapon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get... we're doing invisibility for Voya, right?
yeah, Shael's gonna give you. Well, she can't even reach your shoulder, so she'll just give you a pat on, I guess, the hand.
I will kneel to you.
And then like she can't reach. But yeah, she'll give you like a gentle pat. Here you go. It's one of my favorite things to do, is be invisible until it's time not to be invisible.
I've always wanted to try that.
It's a lot of fun. It's very fun. I highly recommend it.
All right.
Right.
And so Voya's going to make their way in and then try and cause a distraction. And then the rest of you are going to try and move past. Right now, we're going to deal with these 2 sentries, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Voya, you can move as much as you like. You will not be seen right now. So you can take any position that you'd like to within reason. And so we're going to start with the attacks from Irvin, who's in stealth. So he has advantage on this attack. And that is going to hit this skeleton. Now, I'm going to give you a reaction, which occurs to you as the skeleton has its skull pierced by a very quiet crossbow bolt, and its skeletal form begins to fall to the ground. Invisible, would you like to catch it so it doesn't make a noise?
Yes.
Sleight of hand check, please.
Yeah, that you can do without breaking the invisibility.
Oops.
Oh no!
The skeleton falls off to the wayside. You kind of knock it a bit, and it clonks on the ground. And this skeleton's going to turn to see what is going on. This man up also watching is going to see what was that. He tries to look out. We're going to have a second attack from Irvin to try and shoot off the other skeleton. Also from stealth. Ooh, that is going to be a miss.
Ooh.
So the second skeleton is still standing, and the enemy is alerted to the presence of someone. For the sake of simplicity, allow us to say that while you have not crossed this bridge, you are still undetected, and so I can move you 3 all up to here. As of now, your foes are aware that there are enemies present, but they cannot see any, as Irvin is successfully stealthed and now moving further along this ridge. But they are aware that there are enemies in play, and Irvin failed to take out the second skeleton. What will you all do next?
Gosh darn it, Irvin. Shael has one more thing she wants to cast. Here, let me put it in the thingy. Bup.
Spirit Shroud. All right.
Yeah.
For the next minute. Excellent.
Yeah. So she's gonna choose to do necrotic damage. I'm sorry. Nope. Wrong. Radiant.
Okay.
You wanna do radiant?
Excellent.
Oi.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what's next?
The
What's
boy
the next
still
move?
is invisible.
That's right.
Yeah. Yep.
Since the plan failed and they're already aware of us, and they are focused now on this area, Boya, instead of trying to attack the other skeleton, will actually try to sneak in up there and get close to one of the spellcasters.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's going to be dashing or, well...
Don't worry about it. We're still not in initiative,
Okay.
so you can move up to where you'd like.
Okay, I guess I'm going to go to that one.
Okay. As you come up here, I will give you the information, Voya. There is a eminence of black magic around what you see is where the water is springing up from the mountain. And these 2 hooded spellcasters are focusing their energy, sort of stoking that black magic, so it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Henry, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
What is the elevation of each of these ridges to the
Sure.
side?
So I would say that they are generally each about 10 feet.
Okay.
So climbing up one ridge is fine, and that'll take most of your movement, because you just kind of scramble. But in order to bypass them effectively, you'll need to use the ladder or take the ramp.
Right. Okay. Would I be able to get to the other side of this little creek without the bridge. Like I want to cross. Like
Yeah.
oops,
Oh yeah,
sorry,
it's flowing
like, right here.
It's flowing, and it's flowing fairly smoothly and quickly, but you can cross it without issue.
I don't really want to touch it. I kind of want to like running
jump over it.
across.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't belabor you with the check.
Yeah. Well, because I can. It's like my strength.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Something. Yeah.
You got the hops. Boink.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. My goal is to try and like clamber up this first ridge and try and like be as stealthy as possible.
Roll me a stealth check then.
Oh boy. Oh no.
It's coming. So you are climbing up to here.
Oh no. Oh no.
And as you climb up, there's a clang, a clang, and a bloop as a rock breaks off the side. And you hear Voya can see the this spellcaster is going to make their way up to here, and these two enemies are going to be pointing and looking in the direction of exactly where Mara is. They have completely seen her.
I totally seen her.
Uh-huh.
She's like hiding against it, like, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious.
Then let's just
meanwhile, a big spotlight's on her.
Just because it's hilarious, we're gonna have Rose try and do the same thing. No, it's just as bad, but now Rose is with Mara.
Hooray! Oh god.
All right. With the righteous indignation that only a 15-year-old girl can have, Shael doesn't care about being stealthy, sneaky. She doesn't give a crap that they all know she's here. She's gonna take out that dagger and hold it up, still in the cloth by the hilt. And as she stomps forward,
Oh boy.
she's just gonna, at the top of her young lungs, yell out, "I would like to speak to the coward who wielded this blade against a very, very nice young girl. You and I need to have a talk right now, and it is going to end violently. I just want to warn you ahead of time."
All right, roll an intimidation check for me. Yes?
Can I prep a crossbow shot? I'm in range for, like, anyone who's trying to, like, take a shot at Shael.
Okay, yeah, you can prep a crossbow shot. Okay.
Oh, shit.
All right. You have shaken them. As of that, you can observe as well as you can from a distance away. These guys kind of take a bit of a step back. And this one's going to point out towards the skeleton that's just going to move to step alongside you and escort
That's lovely.
Escort you
That's
as
lovely. Any creature of my choice that I can see that starts its turn within 10 feet of me has its speed reduced by 10 feet because of the spirit shroud.
No, no.
Okay.
So-
Excellent. So it's slowed down. Are you? They're gonna yell down and say, "Then come closer. We can tell you what happened, or would you rather us shout?"
I'm actually quite capable of shouting. Let's see if you can shout as loud as I can.
All
Your
right.
mother is a hammer.
Yeah.
And so
Jeez.
he's gonna call out and say, "Fine then, I did it." The hooded man speaks, says, "A little toy from a deal we've made with some mages. Would you like to bring that back to me?"
Which one's owning up to this?
This guy.
Boy.
Okay, that's fine. Just so she knows where he is. She's gonna deal with this idiot in front of her first, and then she knows who her target is, so she's fine.
Okay.
Stay there a moment, and then, as I said, you and I are going to have a very violent conversation. And then this fool here, you know what? She's got a +1 quarterstaff and a +1 dagger. I think she's gonna smack this skeleton on the head with her quarterstaff.
Oh boy.
And try and get him out of her face.
Okay, bonk.
Quarterstaff +1.
That
Did that
hits.
do a thing?
And it
Holy
is
crap.
vulnerable
Okay.
to bludgeoning damage, so you shatter it to pieces.
And on top of that, it
Ooh.
takes a D8 of radiant anyhow.
Oh yeah, and then its bones are scorched in holy flame.
Ah.
It's down.
Okay, lovely.
They have not engaged in combat and initiative even after you've taken this swing.
Doesn't matter.
All right.
All
What's the next
Uh,
move? They're holding their position.
Yeah. She'll make her way over to this fool. She's not worried about it.
And Rose is going to start hustling forward along the ridge.
Is the elevation up on higher ridges such that they wouldn't be able to see us anymore? Like, is it too high, or is it still, like, kind of...
You'd have to get very close, depending on where they were. Like, for example, the spellcaster that's next to Voyanach cannot see Shelly right now because of the sort of diagonal of the path.
Okay, but I mean, like, on this side ridge,
Yeah.
is this higher than where they are?
No, so what you can see is I've actually color-coded or terrain-coded the different levels of elevation. So, other than on this ramp specifically, which is sloping. So if you're on the sort of gray rock right there, then that's the same level as this little strip here. And then the white rock is the same. If you want to move up higher, you can do so as well. Or if you want to
so like if I went up there.
Yeah, if you're up in the snow, you're probably going to be a little cold, but you can be higher ground, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Or you can
I think I'll probably do that. She'll start
on foot.
She's going to start clambering up
Excellent.
in case she's going the long way.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and Shael, she's gonna make her way over to this ladder.
Okay.
Is it deep in here? In the pond?
It's not terribly deep. The spring itself is kind of deep down there, but the water itself is you can probably wade through it. It's not bad. It's
Okay.
It's pretty small. You can cross it without issue, that is to say. Rose is also going to take a dash action and just come right up behind you, Shelly. It's not going to leave you alone. All right.
That's fine.
Mara, you can feel free to advance as far forward in that position as you'd like. Irvin is going to climb up to a higher position on his side.
Okay.
Mara's
Perfect.
here.
Perfect.
And I'm gonna say the way I'd like to set this up for you, Sue. You're actually Spirit Shroud would conflict with invisibility, I believe, because I believe invisibility is concentration, or is it not?
Invisibility. Hold on a tick. Well, you know what?
Yes,
If she has to drop, it is concentration, and then Spirit Shrouds.
If you'd like to hold your
also concentration.
If you'd like to hold your Spirit Shroud back until combat starts, I can give it to you for free. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. I mean, the sad thing is, she like me, she's not even thinking of it.
Okay.
But yeah, she doesn't also want to undo what she just did for her newfound friend.
We'll hold.
So
the
yeah,
Spirit
ignore
Shroud
Spirit Shroud for a moment.
No worries.
And then
Alrighty.
it's a bonus action when she's ready to do it.
Is Shael just gonna climb up this ladder and meet him?
So before she climbs up the ladder, because she doesn't want this asshole to try and run away from her. Then again, crap, it might screw up if Rosie wants to go up there. She was going to do erupting earth right under their feet.
Rose is gonna say,
so that
no,
they can't go anywhere.
You do what you need to do. I'm just here to support you.
All right. Yeah, you know what? That was her plan. She doesn't want this idiot to be able to try and run away. She wants him to be stuck there. So she's going to cast erupting earth right under his feet.
Okay.
She does not want him to have the chance to try and run away like a coward.
Roll that out.
Yeah,
so
you
I
know
can,
what?
See the save.
Let's upcast it. Why not? Why not?
Dex, and then
She is an angry little girl right now, so...
Right. And that is going to be Dex for the Death Knight and Dex for the Necromancer. And those are both going to be fails. So they are each going to take the full 26 plus 12, 38 points of damage.
They
which will
are, and on
bloody-
top of that, nope, I'm not trying to cast it again. I just wanted to put the thing in there. So the ground in that area becomes difficult terrain. Each 5-foot square requires at least 1 minute to clear by hand. So yeah, where they are to 20-foot cube is now difficult terrain for them.
Perfect. So this is the
As the
no
ground
move
underneath
zone.
them. Yeah, as the ground underneath them. And then, if she's got the movement, then she's going to climb up the ladder.
Sure.
And,
I will
and then,
put you to here on the ladder, and at that point, I'd
Yeah.
like everyone in initiative.
That's fine. She just
Realizing I
wants
should
to
not
teach.
have climbed this hill.
Yeah, she just wants to teach them a lesson. A very, very painful lesson. Look at Mara with the 22 for initiative.
He's got no chill today.
All right,
Look
Mara.
at you. Look at you.
Mara, crossbow time.
All right, crossbow. Let's
Oh.
go.
Go
All
get
right.
him. Go get him, Tiger.
All right. She's realizing because she like utterly failed that stealth check, so they can still probably see her. So I don't know why I climbed this hill. So she's gonna start with her movement.
Okay.
Trying to aim for that, but
I will take you to
she is
here
also
on this turn.
okay. Cool. But she's also gonna try and get a shot off.
Perfect.
at
Loose
this
before you
necromancer.
climb. Let's see it.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a bonus to
Wait.
hit because of the elevation, so I'm going to say that hits. I'm going to play around with some
They're
soft...
they're not diving out of the way because they're currently embedded in earth.
I'm going to play around with some very soft high-low ground rules as we move forward. Just
Alright.
test them out. All right.
And I only get one crossbow shot because reloading.
Loading
right?
weapon. Yep.
Okay, that's fine. That's it.
Your foes are up. The necromancer is aghast with hatred. Any intimidation he had has been replaced by rage. And Shael, you are going to climb up this ladder. These two guys are rooted, right? Are they just... Is it just difficult terrain?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
the earth underneath them basically just
Okay.
like shifts and,
No, so they're not,
and they
they're not
kind of
rude. They're just
they take damage.
slow down. Okay. So this guy
Yep.
is going to move up to the top of the ladder, and you are on the ladder. I would like, if you would like, Shael, you to make a strength saving throw or an athletics, strength or a dexterity saving throw. Because this Death Knight is going to
Push the ladder.
push the ladder. Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, let's see. She's got a 1 for dex and a -1 for strength. So,
Dex save.
let's see. Yeah,
Go for it.
acrobatics or whatever it's gonna be. Yeah, no, she's gonna be in trouble. But that's all right.
That will
She's
do.
fine with that.
It's enough to jump to here as he kicks the ladder back down to the ground. So you are on a
That's
ledge. You can still see that Death Knight, and this necromancer is going to come to look down at you from above, and the necromancer is going to cast a spell at you, which is going to be Ray of Sickness.
That's
Make a con save.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. Let me see. Con save. 18.
Successful. So you will only take half the damage. Oh no. No, you take the full damage. So you take 11 points of poison damage, but you are not poisoned. Excellent.
That's fine. So I'm taking 11 poison. Okay.
And we're gonna run Rose on 1. This necromancer here is going to look up around, kind of at alert, spell at the ready. And then this Death Knight over here is going to start moving down in this direction. And is going to dash to here.
Aw, yeah.
Coming to meet you. The skeletons here are going to kind of shamble forwards and generally follow their masters. but they are not terribly organized in the ways which they do so. So that brings us to Shael's turn. What are you going to do?
All right, now we can. Oh, wait a minute. Has the invisibility ended for? She hasn't even made an attack yet.
Yep, her turn's next.
All right, that's fine. We're gonna hold off doing spirit shrouds then. Because Shia would have no way of knowing when Voya's gonna attack. So
right, you will know when the spell drops.
Right. Okay. Nope. That's fine. So, the guy in front of her, the necromancer, she is going to, let me see. She wants to touch him.
You can certainly climb up there and do so if you would like.
Yeah.
It's a vertical difference of space between you, so you can just get right up there.
Cool. Yeah.
Poke him in the leg.
She's gonna reach out and touch someone here. But mine, alright, you know what she's gonna do actually? She's gonna, like, take her hands and hold her hands up at him and say,
Oh.
You can play at that game, you horrible, horrible person. And she's gonna try and hit him and his pal right next to him.
Yeah, that's gonna be
with
a no.
Big old blasted chill.
And as the ice, the coldest winds of the frozen wastes congeal from Shael's hands, it blasts upwards on these two. Right, so they are completely engulfed in that cold and are dead, and their frozen corpses will fall from that ledge and shatter to pieces upon the ground.
Seeing him die and fall, she's gonna look down behind her. I wasn't done with you yet.
All right, good work.
She's gonna, like, go back. She's gonna jump down to where his body is. And she's gonna ignore everything else around her, and with her dagger, just start stabbing the bejeebers out of his icy corpse.
Right, so he is in icy pieces, which of course are separated by bloody separations, and so you can just have at those and get at him. That's what happens when limbs detach while frozen. Right.
Yeah, she's just gonna stab at his disembodied whatever, and ignore everything else around her for a moment.
All right, Voya, you've got advantage on your first attack against this numbskull.
Light 'em up.
Yeah.
Go get them. Light them up.
Voya just saw what happened to the other two guys, and for a second she's distracted by this and like just thinks to herself, wow. And after that she swings her, she goes into rage, and then she starts swinging her great axe at the cultist right in front of her. Do I have advantage because I'm from invisibility?
That's right. Advantage on the first attack.
Cool. Okay. That's 17 feet.
Yes, it does. Hits for 17 points of damage. And this Necromancer will give a... He's going to release the spell he had prepared, which he's going to make at disadvantage because you're in melee range. But he is going to try and hit you with Chill Touch. 14 will not hit.
Okay. Well, I will get my face close to his and say, hello there, and then take another swing at him.
Perfect.
General Kenobi.
Okay.
All right. And he is now bloodied. As you strike him again, he goes, where do you come from? Anything else, Margarita?
Can I take the third one, or I already used my
bonus to rage? Yep.
Okay. Then nothing, but just I stand there still smiling at the guy.
Perfect. Okay. Rose is going to examine her spell options. Say, I need to be 30 feet from my friend, which is going to be... Yeah. No, just out of range. Okay. So it's just going to be a bless on Rose and on Shael. D4 on attacks. And Rose is gonna
Oh,
come over here
ooh.
and give a good old kick into the pieces of the other guy. Mara, you're up.
It is ass, Rosie. So I am like just out of range to meet this guy for some
Roll an
swings.
athletics check for me. Yeah, you're good. You leap down from up on high and dive in.
Let's go!
Mara
All
the
right.
flying squirrel.
That's awesome. All right. I don't suppose as I was doing that, I'd be able to eat a stale Popeye's biscuit, would I?
The flying hungry munchie. Make a Constitution check.
Okay. To see if I can actually keep it down.
Yep. Okay. You munch, blah, blah, and you throw it up in his face.
Yeah.
And he gives a.
All right, that's fine. I'll take it.
He's,
She like chews it and spits it at him.
yeah, he is slightly
okay,
demoralized.
yeah, she's
He's gonna
gonna-
roll -1 on his next attack.
Hell yeah. She's gonna take some swings. Blah, blah, blah. Faster sword. Okay.
Ooh, those are some
God.
low rolls. Damn.
All right, hang on. Let me add some to this.
A 3 and a 2 on the dice.
Yeah, no. Sorry. One of those I'm going to add. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
I don't want to waste my
You got
stuff.
it. Let's see him. 25. Both will hit.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Nice.
And to that, she's going to add a distracting strike.
Got it?
So I'm going to add. Right? Add
points?
4 damage to one of those. And I get. Or someone gets advantage
On the next attack
to
against
attack in next. Yeah.
him. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Good work. Your foes
What
are
I
up. Voya, you are at point blank range with this necromancer, so he's going to give you the good old spelly spell. And it is going to be a vampiric touch at 4th level.
The old razzle dazzle.
It's going to critically strike
Oh.
you. So you're going to take
no.
that is
Oh,
going to
no.
be 27 points of necrotic damage. And he is going to, from that, regain 13 hit points.
Goddamn.
And you do not have resistance to necrotic, so that's full damage. This Death Knight is going to swing at you, Mara. 1, 2. Those are both 15,
Oh.
which will not hit.
Oh.
As he swings out this bony sword that almost looks to be made of the
go.
pieces of the fallen with ridges and edges on it that are nasty to the appearance, and a flow of necrotic energy in its wake that would be nasty to the touch. Nonetheless, unable to assail you. These skeletons are going to move up. One of them is able to get an attack against Mara. 17 for 4.
Wait, I have my bracelet. He does not hit me.
All right. And then others are going to come here. And get on top of Voya.
That's all right. We're
Alright.
gonna make them suffer in a moment. Don't you worry.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be 3 skeleton
I'm
attacks
worried
against
about
Voya. 1, 2, 3. There's
Oh
a
my
critical that hits. The others miss. The critical is going to hit you for 11 reduced to 5 points of piercing damage. Jelly, you're up. What you got?
All right. So we need to. What would be quicker and easier? Prop the ladder back up, or just climb up the thing?
Yeah, I'll say that you and Rosie can prop the ladder back up, and that'll consume her bonus action on her turn. And yours
All
now.
right. So just a reminder: this area here is where she did her erupting earth. So that's still difficult terrain for anybody coming towards that area. So she's gonna climb up and obviously avoid her own thing, and just stand maybe in the vicinity of. All right, so seeing her newfound pal surrounded, she's not happy about that? What is she gonna do to them without hurting her pal? What is my Wither and Bloom? Wither and Bloom, my distance is a range of 60 feet. I'm well within 60 feet. Alright, let's do that. Okay, Wither and Bloom. Here, it didn't send the description. Just want the description to go through. Alright, anyway. Where are you? Alright, Wither and Bloom. Each creature of my choice in that area, so all the bad guys. Oh, you know what? No, that's stupid because it's necrotic damage. Sorry. I wanted to heal her and forgot that it's...
Necrotic damage usually does okay. It's poison that really is going to do nothing.
Yeah. Well, no, because there's skeletons there. Yeah, no, her thing was to heal Voya more than anything. But
you're going through with Wither and Bloom? Or do you want a Cold and Cold instead?
Yeah, actually, I think...
This Cone of Cold's going to also hit Voya unless you angle it?
Well, she'll put herself where she has to, so that it doesn't hit her.
Yeah, that's fine then. Okay, we'll do Cone of Cold.
She'll even if she has to come like all the way over here.
No, you're good because you can just do here. Let's use the lovely.
That's what I don't have any kind of spell shaping type of thing. So
yeah. So here's what we can do, and that's gonna get all of them except for the one on the top. So the Necromancer will fail to save, and the Skeleton's 3 cons. 1, 2, 3. They all fail.
All right.
Let's see. Cone of Cold damage.
Let's do the damage. There we go.
Okay, the Necromancer is still alive, only barely, and these 3 skeletons are popsicles.
Yeah, and while she's doing that and she's letting loose this blast of cold, she's just gonna scream at the top of her lungs, "I'm going to murder every last one of you!" And then whoosh, and just lets it go.
Okay.
And there's no bonus action she cares about, I don't think, right now. So, okay, we're good. Both 5th level spells are gone, but I'd like to say they were well worth it.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Pretty dang good.
Yeah, that was big.
Alrighty. In that case, we are to Voyanacht again.
She's even more impressed with this little girl to a point where it becomes concerning. Yet she has other things to take care of, like this dude which hit her so much on its previous turn, and the worst part is still alive, so another swing of great axe at him.
And that will remove his head. He's down.
Finally, it took too long. What about you? And she turns to this guy.
Skeleton.
Wreck him.
No. Beat his ass.
You've also got another plus 3 to damage because you don't have your rage toggled on your sheet.
Wait. I should have. Yes.
There we go. I got it for you now.
Okay.
And so that will be enough then to take down this skeleton. And it drops.
Wait, and then I still have another attack.
And yet you're out of enemies. The only foes who are still on map are these over here by Mara.
Okay, well, I will start moving towards them then, because I'm certainly still bloodthirsty.
Me? So is the 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Voya, that's your turn. Rose is up. And Rose is going to climb the ladder. And
Mind your footing, Rosie.
Take some movement to get up onto this rock. And that's going to be enough range to give a good old guiding bolt, I think. Yeah, let's see it. Rose, guiding bolt range is very good. So,
120
You get
feet,
advantage?
I think?
No, she doesn't have advantage, but she has
Well,
bless.
because of my thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because guiding bolt's an attack, right? It's not a saving throw.
You're right. So it is a 6 instead of a 1, and it is a 14, but it is a bless on Rose. So there is a 4, so that's 18 on the max bless roll, which is exactly the armor class of this Death Knight. So he's going to take 25 points and advantage on the next attack as well against this guy. And
Lovely.
Rose is going to say, I am shocked. I am shocked.
Shocked, I tell ya.
Yeah.
Mara's like in combat, and she's like, "Good job, Rosie. I knew you could do it."
And Irvin is going to make his way over as well as he can to...
I forgot about him.
Yeah. He was kind of out of range of most
Us
of them.
girls have been handling it.
Yeah. Which brings us to Mara. You're up.
Hell yeah. Okay, she's gonna take advantage of that. Just the first one gets advantage, I guess.
That's right.
Okay, well that was one attack. Let's try the other one.
Oh, wow. It's a 2
She's gonna
and a 3 and a 1 on your attack rolls.
she's gonna make that a precision attack.
All right. Let's see it.
So add 9 to it.
That means that it's a hit for 9. And
Oh, Jesus.
do you want to use any maneuvers on him once you hit? He is almost down.
I will do. Oh, also really quick, she's gonna take a little sidestep, so that she can add to her AC with evasive
Nice.
footwork. So she's going to add 1. Great.
Okay.
And to that attack that I just did, I'm gonna add. Where'd it go? You know what? Let's just do another distracting strike.
Okay.
So
See the die roll? That is more than 2. He dies.
let's go.
Aw, darn, I wanted to kill him.
Aw, sorry.
That's alright. She'll be
Get him.
fine.
Get him
All
next time.
2 skeletons left in play.
Ah.
Oh, I didn't even eat my Popeye's biscuit.
Nope,
Whatever.
nope. Chunk. Shyly's up.
Alright, well, alright, she's gonna hop over here. And let's see, she goes after this one. 60 feet. We're not gonna waste that high level spell. That seems silly. She is going to Ray of Frost. That guy.
You have bless. Roll a d4 to add.
Oh, yeah, let's do a thing. D4.
11 is exactly what you needed to hit for 4.
Oh, cripes.
Yay!
Well, alrighty.
The
Now,
skeletons just have short swords, no shields.
how in
Alright.
the world did I only roll a 4?
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my god. 2d8 and I rolled a 4. That sucks. Okay.
So it is very far.
Oh,
Would you like to throw one of your thrown weapons from up here?
no, it just won't feel the same. I'm gonna dash. It still won't be enough, so the dashing should bring me somewhere here. And
You
from
got it.
there, I will scream at the skeletons, "Hey, you! Come here!" Hoping they actually come.
All right. Rose is already good? No, Rose gets a turn. All right. Rose is going to ask the skeleton to kindly roll for us a dexterity saving throw. Yep.
Oh, wow. Oh, no.
Yeah. So Rose, that's Rose's turn.
Yep.
Mara.
All right. Let's see if I can roll any better. I don't know what's going on. Swing.
There we go.
Those will both hit, and the 9 will fell this skeleton,
All right.
and the 8 will bloody this one.
All right. I'm gonna add to it then. I think this is my last superiority die.
Oh yeah.
Um.
No, you're not adding.
Yeah, just another.
Okay, let's see it. Let's roll it.
Do another distracting strike just to add the damage.
Oh, okay. That's 3 points. Slams into the skeleton. Roll me a persuasion check, Margarita.
Okay.
Persuasion. Successful. This skeleton breaks formation and rushes towards you.
Attack of opportunity for Mara.
Mara, would you like to take the opportunity attack?
Hang on. Let me roll to decide what I do. Okay. She's gonna let it go because she knows that that Voya really wants this. She's just gonna like put her sword away and go like, it's all you.
Oh, that's amazing.
Shael's turn is next before Voya's. Is she gonna interfere with this last skeleton?
No, actually, she's got more important things to do. She needs to make her way over to this fool so that she can stab the bejeebers out of his corpse.
Oh, good.
So she's got more important things to do than deal with a skeleton.
This skeleton floats down the river.
Yeah, she's going to jump over here best she can, and then with her +1 dagger, she is going to annihilate further this body.
Good job.
Yeah.
Voya, can you finish off a simple pile of walking bones?
Do it.
Let's see. That sounds like a complicated task.
That is a mess. You've got another attack? Let's see it. You got 2 more.
Oh god.
Well, you didn't see this. I got too excited.
That doesn't count.
There we go.
Okay.
And with a smash of the blunt end of the great axe, the skull fractures and this skeleton falls to the ground, dead and defeated. With that, we are out of combat.
Oh my god. Yeah, Shia will eventually make her way over to the third fool over here. And do how she do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Be like it do.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes.
All right.
So that was 3 necromancers plus whatever this knight dude was, for 4 more kills on the day. I'm not counting the skeletons; they're already dead. For goodness sake. So the body count is at 6 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
It would be.
That's fair. That's fair.
Low.
Yeah.
Alrighty. With this
like, where's all
combat
your
concluded,
cultist friends?
we are going to move to our intermission for the session, and we are going to thank Tracy for her presence here and wish her a great rest of her day. And we are going to continue with just Shael and Voyanacht for the rest of our session. So we will see you all in 10 minutes.
Oh, bye, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.
We are back, everyone.
Wow.
Pardon us just a moment as we readjust overlay. And let's get on the appropriate ambience. Day may come when overlays can be adjusted quickly. There's no need for patience in such a time. That day is not today. Thank you for your patience, all who are watching us here live. We will be back in action in moments.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Up. Good. Clock. Alrighty, team. We've got things together. Let's take that off, and let's bring us back into the game. Welcome back. We are live. Let's continue. Your foes have fallen. The dark cultists, whom were cavorting atop this plateau, wherein a water spring exists, a dark cloud of black magic swelling within it. As you have just defeated these necromancers and death knights, Mara will make her way up towards the top of the hill, saying, "All right, you all okay? We should go check out what's going on there." As Irvan will call to say, "There's something wrong with the water." Jael? Boya?
Give me a moment. She's like taking whatever possessions these necromancers might have had on them. And depending on what they are, she plans to create a bonfire later and destroy them. So
Excellent.
as she's going along, she's just going to gather up their things. That's right. We were told that the water was being basically poisoned.
You weren't
right?
told
Like they were doing bad things to the water.
But you may have been able to assert it as something similar happened in the Valley of Rain not too long ago, which you all learned while you were there.
At this point, I'm more concerned not even about water, but about shale. Because those things you did, those, they look like magic to me.
Well,
am I the only one who thinks it's weird?
Weird in what way exactly?
In illegal way.
Oh.
Yeah, doing those things, we are all gonna get prosecuted because of you.
The good news is, in this moment, there are no witnesses left alive to be concerned with.
But I'm a witness. What if I want to separate from your party? Should I be worried for my life?
No, absolutely not. I only punish those who deserve it, and you do not.
Who decides who deserve it?
I do in the moment, depending on how angry I am.
You're a teenager. I remember myself in those days. I wouldn't trust those judgments.
So
Rose is going to step
I-
forward and interject to say, all right, and Rose appears to be in her early 20s, you know, a younger woman, but an adult, and says, all right, I'm from the realm. I don't know if you've heard of it. I'm the daughter of Lysander Tranmere. I'm a lady of the White Guard of the city of Whitewall. I'm a diplomatic representative for the Northern Alliance. And here, and she pulls out a bunch of papers which have signatures on them and identifications. So just so this is under diplomatic immunity and jurisdiction. So you don't need to worry about anything that happens here. And we have had multiple encounters with Vergent Empire, and we are still fine, and we will continue to be fine.
That looks convincing. Okay, yeah, that looks like a lot of papers. I'm sorry, Shell, that I had some doubts about you, but I see it's all very legal. Okay.
That's quite all right, and I can promise you that I've never once used any of my magic or abilities for bad purposes. I punish the bad and the wicked and the awful, but not anybody who's nice and good.
And Mara's gonna make her way
promise is
behind
good.
you.
How about an oath? Would you be ready to take one on the words you just said?
My promise. I always keep my promises, and I promise that I've never used my magic for any to harm anyone who didn't deserve it. That is my promise. Is like an oath, I suppose.
Okay.
Unless they make me really, really angry. But no. Otherwise, I don't hurt nice, good people.
Okay, so what's going on? What did you figure out from this weird place?
Well, as of now, not much, but looking at this corruption of the source of water, Irvin will kind of kneel looking at it and say, "This sounds like what they told me in the valley, what happened before we arrived. This isn't good." As you recall, the way in which corruption was cleansed from the water in the Valley of Rain was through the large Vergent crystal which the Vergent dragons had brought to the valley. And it is unlikely that the small amount of Vergent crystal dust which you've acquired, Shael, would contribute to healing such a magical wound. So Irvin is going to say, "You all have a path to the heart of this corruption that's grown within Cadlian society. I'll make my way back to the valley. I'll alert them that this is spreading further than we knew. Perhaps the dragons will want to heal this wound as well. Does that sound agreeable to you all?"
So none of the powder she has on her would even make a dent.
No.
Right. Okay.
You can. I would say you don't know for sure, but you can assert well enough that it's, you know, if this is salting a great gash, then it's just, you know, little pixie dust is what you have.
Yeah.
As you understood, the large crystal, which is a shard of the heart of Virgos, as you understood it, was very significant in its power and ability to cleanse. So, do you agree that Irvin should go back to the valley and alert them of this?
Yes. We will make sure that there's no one else here to cause more harm. But yes, someone stronger than us, I think, needs to be made aware of the situation.
And so Irvin will make his way. Is there anything you wish to do at this spring before we head back to the port?
Not really. Maybe do some looting.
Okay. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be much in terms of exciting loot on these foes. Though, it is decent to mention that, as you can confirm a detail, Rose, shall we say, makes her way over to the partially dismembered corpse, thanks, Shale, of this necromancer, and will fish off the necklace she was wearing. A demonic skull shape with horns upon it. Shale, you recognize this visage as the same as the pendants worn by the cultists which you encountered in the Valley of Rain, and this skull visage as the same as what you saw very briefly manifest upon the great water elemental atop the valley. They seem to be aligned.
Okay, well, that's... Obviously, she's not going to wear it or put it on, but it'll be evident.
Why not? Aren't you a schoolgirl or skullgirl or whatever?
Oh, yes, but I, luckily, I already have some very, very lovely jewelry that I like very much, and I will hold on to that, though, for a later time, but I will not put it on.
I'll add that in your inventory as well.
She'll hold on to it, but she's not gonna...
I'm certainly not even touching that.
Oh, you silly! You were like, aren't you gonna wear it? And you're like, I'm not touching it.
Yeah, but you're already wearing tons of, like, there's like a dozen skulls over you. That's your thing.
Yes, well, but these are nice skulls, and the skulls that these people were wearing are really bad and evil and awful. My skulls are very nice. No spell books, nothing on them.
They have some spell tomes, but they seem to mostly be written in a language unfamiliar to you. None of them would directly allow you to do anything. If you'd like to take, I can mark that down for you as well.
Yeah, no, if anything, she'll give those to Grampy when she gives him that super evil, horrible book.
Which
that
you
she
don't
left
have
behind
right
with
now.
The dark. She does not. She's got to get it at some point. But yeah, these are ones that can add to Grampy's library.
Perfect. Called a spellbook. That'll do. Alrighty.
Yeah, she'll take those with her. And yeah, when she's thoroughly satisfied that she has absolutely stabbed the bejeebers out of those corpses, so that they will not rest in peace in the next life, she's ready to go.
As you make your way back to Port Anghar, you'll be greeted in the streets by a man wearing green robes. He will introduce himself as Apsil, mayor in a sense, and sort of guardian of this town and the space around. He has contacts with several ship captains, which, if as he's understood, you may be intending to depart. But he invites you to dinner at his home if you would like to accept that, in thanks for this fight and for what you've done for the girl. Would you accept?
Yes, as long as some healers are gonna join it.
Healers. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. We can have some healers present.
Or maybe you have some private healers, being a mayor.
Well, let's.
Are you shaking down the mayor?
Well, I'm severely wounded. Like I'm covered in blood. Does he want me to be like this at the dinner?
You can take a short rest on your way back to town and alleviate yourself of any wounds that have harried you. But as this man named Apsil introduces himself to you, he will provide you a small bout of healing himself, as he is this town's sanctioned caster of natural magic.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
So we come to his
short
home.
Rest things. Here, and actually, arcane recovery. Once per day when I finish a short rest, if we short rest, I can recover spell slot up to a level of 4.
So Apsil's going to give you back 7 points. Well, yeah.
Okay.
And he invites you all to his home here.
Right. I get back a level 4 spell slot. Whee!
Make sure you take those short rest benefits, roll those hit dice, get those hit points back.
And actually, mage armor lasts for 8 hours. I don't know if that's ended yet.
No, it has not ended yet.
Cool.
The water source was not far away.
That's nice.
And Rose is going to go ahead and warn a little bit of, there we go. Rose is going to go ahead and warn Apsel that the townspeople should prevent drinking any water if they're not already feeling sick, and if they are, they should prevent dying, as they may rise as the undead due to the contaminated water. As for Mara, she knows Apsel and gives him a big hug as they meet. They're on very good terms. Their kids have played in the past. And so Mara and Rose will take seats at the table. And now Apsel will formally introduce himself to both of you and say, I appreciate the service which you have done to our town. Please let me know if there is anything I can give you while you are still staying here. I'm more than happy to offer you lodging here in my home and help set you up on your way.
Just to rewind a second, that cursed whatever blade that Shael held up, who's this? Belandu. She would have taken it back. She left it on the ground at the time, but she would have taken it back and wrapped it back up. And then, she'll introduce herself and bow. Especially, you said this is the mayor of the town.
Mm-hmm.
Would she name drop? That's the question.
You also recognized Captain Darius Cloudrunner, who was the one who captained the second ship which you made your journey here on.
Razzle's ship?
Nope, the second ship that picked you up after Razzle's was destroyed.
Ah, okay. Yeah, she'd introduce herself, but to the mayor especially, but I think quietly would, her laminated card that she carries with her in her boots?
Yes.
I think she would very quietly hold it out and say, Mr. Mayor, on behalf of the Deathbinder family, thank you for allowing us into your home and your hospitality. Thank you very much.
We'll say you are very welcome. I appreciate the visitation of someone on high of the Empire. We don't get many people down here.
If you're ever in the city, feel free to stop in and say hello to my father and grandfather. I'm sure they would be very pleased to meet you if they haven't already.
Well appreciated. Margarita, we're getting some of your key clicks through, so would you mind muting or push to talking when you are typing? Awesome, thank you. All right, and to you then, Margarita, to Voya, Apsel will now look and say, and who might you be? How might I know you, noble Dragonborn?
My name is Voya Nar. Does this name tell you something?
Let's have him roll a skill check. He will say, why, yes, I believe it does. I have heard of a legendary dragonborn warrior of the past who marched across the plains of Cadlia, slaying foul beasts and bringing well to the townsfolks, the common people that I serve. Are you related?
Well, I'm proud to be his great-granddaughter, and I'm here to get even more fame than he did, and to do even more good things than he did.
He'll chuckle and say, you have a great record to catch up with, but I wish you all the best in doing so. Come, let us eat. As he has a seat, Darius will have a seat along with you as well, and to say, glad to see you folks have made your way here again. Hope you're all doing well.
Peace. Oh dear.
And you recognize him, and he'll say, am I hearing right that you're looking for a ship, looking to make your way back up north?
Yes. Specifically, if we are on the high seas, as I believe you captains refer to it, there is a place that I would like to go. I made a promise to return to help some tortured soul sea elves in a cave on the ocean, near the ocean. That I would like to possibly get back to on our way back to the city.
He will say, all right, well, I'm not going to be doing a journey for you that far. I'm operating on a much smaller vessel now. I'm working locally with Apsel here on just tasks in the area, but go check the port out tomorrow morning. I sold my vessel off to a certain raccoon folk captain that you might recognize who could possibly take you the way.
Oh, he was very lovely and very soft and furry, Captain Razzle. I would like to see him again.
Oh, hope you can find him. And so, in eating, you will find your stomachs filled, you will find gracious treatment, and Apsel has but one request of you, that is to say, to keep an eye out for a tall man of great blonde beard and golden armor with emblem of fish upon them. That would be his adopted son, Lars Larson, whom is the character which our friend Tevis plays, who was last seen in Vergent City. And he will say, if you see him, bring him the goodwill of Apsel, and I hope that he is well. Would you agree to such thing?
Absolutely. I am currently a cat jungle gym. I'm trying.
As well as we can well see.
My gosh.
So you can all take the benefits of a long rest
Yay!
for departing tomorrow morning on your voyage.
Yay! Yeah, Shael does not know who Lars is, but I do. So we'll see what we can do about that. Hi, honey.
Alrighty. In which case, is there anything else in Port Anghar which you wish to do before departing in the morning?
Now that we're in a completely different place, because Port Anghar is not where Mara is from, correct? We're in a completely different place now?
No, they're adjacent.
Okay.
So essentially Mara lives kind of out in the suburbs. The general store is kind of on the edge of the port city. The hospital's on the edge of the port city. So it's all connected. Apsel lives on a big hill up sort of near the water.
Okay.
So
I would like to do laundry and to have my clothes fixed, like where any cutting happened, because I need to look perfect.
Apsel can have that done for you. He'll actually help do it himself. That's definitely the kind of thing which he and his family would be accustomed to, and be happy to provide such a service. All right.
While you are getting your clothes laundered, Shael would go to wherever the mayor suggests. Those books that she grabbed, the tomes off those necromancers, she'd want to have them shipped home. She doesn't want to carry them around,
sure.
especially if she can't use them. And the dagger, the hilted, just the hilt, the evil thing.
Perfect.
That would be wrapped up, and she would put a very detailed note in the box or package with it.
Are you sending the cultist necklace away, or are you holding on to that?
You know what? That thing I think she's going to hold on to, because she wants to be able to look at it and like compare it to any other cultist she sees that might be wearing it.
So I've just unchecked those on your inventory list, so you still have a note of them, but they are on the way to Grampy.
Yeah, those are going to go. And where is the hospital from where we are?
It's not too far. You can make your way there if you would like.
So she took the hilt of that dagger with her because she wanted to be able to hold it up and see who claimed it. Now that she did what she had to, if Grampy or even Rose's father might be able to get there, they might need to see it or need it.
Okay.
So she wants to bring it back to the hospital now
you
that
can
she's
leave it
done
there.
what she needs to with it. So that she will not keep on her, and the tome she'll ship home.
Got it.
And everything. So yeah, that's all she needs to do.
Okay.
I think.
Shall we jump then to the morning and visiting the docks?
Yeah, let's see if we can find Captain Razzle Dazzle. He's a big, fluffy raccoon man pirate captain, and Shael enjoyed petting his fur.
Well, perhaps we need not describe him from afar for long. As you approach the docks,
There he is.
you can see a man, a tall man, with the head of a great raccoon, who stands beside a great ship. Looking on, you can see his fur exudes and blows in the wind as he stands and waves towards those who approach. Make your way down the dock if you would like.
Yep, Shael's gonna run right up to him and give him a hug. Because last we saw him, his ship was being destroyed.
No, he came with you as well. So he was rescued along with you. When you were picked up by this ship, which is now his, that was the other captains who you met at dinner. And he will say, "Well, hello, my friends. It's a pleasure to see you all again. And a new one as well. How is that brave paladin, Dirk, doing? I don't see him with you."
Dirk is fine. He is out there trying to spread the word of Stamos and try and right the wrongs and do good deeds, as is his nature.
And did you bring those people that you were traveling with to their destination well?
Yes, the Dark Elves are very safe and very happy in their new home.
Well, fabulous. Can I be of further service to you?
If you have room, could we please charter your ship, this ship, not the destroyed one, this ship.
Oh yes, of course.
If you wouldn't mind, we have to we have somewhere to go, and a ship would be the best, fastest way possible.
I would be more than happy to. I will have to be asking for some payment for it, though.
Depending on how much payment, I hope I have enough. I recently made a very large purchase, but for a good cause.
I normally charge 350 gold for such a travel. As now, I suppose we can perfectly be checked by Vergent vessels passing by patrols. We can just pay the normal 350, but can I give you a discount for being my friend and the journeys we've had together of 300 gold?
Shael's gonna look to the adults in the group. Not that she doesn't have the money, because sadly she does, but it would basically take all of her money if she ponied up the money. So she's gonna look to the adults in the group and hope that they've got their wallets with them.
And Voya, for your information, this travel would take you to a northern port, which is you've been, I'd say, probably around the southeast, and western spaces in the continent. There certainly could be opportunity for glory up in the more populated space, so you may have interest of going on this journey. And
well, I'm already here. I made it this far, so I guess I'm going. Would it be fair to split our ticket price equally so that we all pay about a quarter of that?
Rose will say, "I can do 50 gold, and then I'll have 4. And Mara has money. She says, Don't you worry about me, dear. I'll take care of you, Rose. I'll pony up 150 gold.
If our new friend here maybe doesn't have much money, I could cover the cost of 2 of us.
That actually would be great. Yeah, I don't. I'm quite broke, to be honest. Yeah.
When we met to set the character up yesterday, Margarita's reaction to how much money she got to start with was, "Oh!"
It's never enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Meanwhile, the 15-year-old's like, let me get out my piggy bank, and is shaking coins out.
And as soon as you do this, Voya says, like, guys, I really like this band playing here, as she marches towards where the music is coming from and gives them a silver coin.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, you can hear some of the sailors on the ship are sort of jollily playing along on some simple instruments upon the boat.
And you can totally see how much money she actually has as she's doing that.
Well, I'll tell you what, Shael made the offer, and depending if your character takes it, has it in her heart to reimburse the 15-year-old kid who, that's her traveling money. But Shael made the offer, and she figures that Voya does not have the money to cover. So she'll pony up the 150 gold for her and Voya.
All right, so that's you two paid for. Mara's gonna pay for Rose, and then I think you are off.
All right, hold on a minute. Mind you, Shael still got plenty of coin on her. Not that she doesn't, but goodness only knows what other things she'll run into that she needs to spend money on. Permission to come aboard, Captain, and she will try and salute him as she steps onto the ship.
Permission granted.
Thank you so very much. You are very lovely.
Oh my god, those furry man. It's so weird to have hair on you.
What? Hair? Hair is all I know. It is so strange to me that you are as you are, but strange and wonderful. Never would I insult a passenger, nor would I have reason to. You are a lovely lady.
His fur is very soft. It's very soft and fluffy.
Oh, okay. I apologize. I've never seen such a fluffy man before.
That is fine. You have permission to pet me if you would like.
Shael doesn't even hesitate. Like right away, she's like fluff, 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 fluff.
Maybe some other day. She backs off.
If that is as you desire. And with that, he will say, all right, we've got a new heading. We've been waiting for the payment to make this trip worth it, because we have some unresolved business back up at Port Thoris. Now let's get away. And so the ship will set off onto the water, making its way north from Port Anghar, following the coast. Shael, did you want to request a stop along the way?
Yeah, she would have asked Rose to be there with her, because Rose, I think, also knows, or they were all there anyway. But yeah, she would just actually ask Captain Razzle, if I could request, please, and it's okay if you say no, I understand. There's a particular, I made a promise to some tortured sea elf souls that I would try and help them not be tortured souls anymore. They were in a cave on the water, and I think I figured out how to release them from their curse. I don't know how hard it would be if we could maybe make a quick stop, and maybe I could see if I can fulfill my promise.
Oh, what great nobility! And Captain Razzle will say, I would be more than happy for us to set anchor near the isles where we have been before, so that you might undertake such a task. You might take a longboat away from the ship. And since the downfall of the sea elves, as it was, the mysterious storms that have veiled those isles have lifted. So we can do so without issue.
Oh, well, I think the person who was the culprit of causing a lot of the problems, he is very dead. I can say for sure. And now it's just the poor sea elf souls that need releasing, so they are no longer tortured.
Well, so it shall be, he will say.
So. I understand if you need to charge me extra money for going out of our way.
What sounds fair? 25 gold? 50 gold?
Whatever you feel is fair. I am not really sure the going rate of a captain for helping tortured souls.
The going rate is my heart's content. We'll just cover the water. So it's 25 gold?
That seems very fair and reasonable. Yes.
And she'll gladly give him another 25 gold. Like, she can write home and ask for more allowance. Like, it's fine.
Excellent.
Yeah,
all
she'll
right.
gladly give him the money.
And shall we go then to taking this diversion to the Isles immediately?
Yeah, let's see if my wackadoo plan actually works.
You row your longboat in along a cavernous passage into a seaside cave. This place, which is familiar to those who have been here before. Jael, you're taking the lead on this. What are you going to do?
So she's gonna step into the middle where she feels the acoustics, I think, would be the best. And she's gonna she's gonna cup her hands around her mouth and at the top of her lungs say, sea elf, spiritkin, I came back like I promised. I'm going to try and help release you from your curse. So please come out. Dirk isn't here. The one who turned you away last time, he's not here. So you could come out and feel safe. I'm going to attempt to put your souls to rest.
And so you can see apparating within the cavern and slowly beginning to move towards you are the souls of elves fallen long ago, drowned beneath the waves. As they make their way forward, some even the young. One of them approaches, burst forth to you, Shael, and in a whispering, deathly voice says, "Will you help us, or will you curse us?"
No, you have been cursed long enough. I promise my intention is to help. Or to try to help. I'm very new at this. But I will try to help. And whether or not it'll work. Is there a secluded part of the water, like almost a pool? Because she's gonna dump all those bags of the powder
into one spot. I
would
say
I don't think she could do it in this big body of water. It would be too diluted.
This bit right here would probably be a good one.
All right. If it works for one of you, it will work for all of you.
And she's gonna make her way, swim over whatever she's got to do. And in this area, this concentrated area, she's gonna take all the bags and dump them out all at once and say, I think you might need to be quick though. But if it works for one of you, it should work for all of you. So please hurry. And let's hope that this is successful.
So
I've got a shovel, so I will try to separate this a bit of a water with like putting like some maybe like stones around, some dirt around, so
Nice.
that it is more
Nice.
enclosed.
Yeah, let's make it like a bathtub of stuff. Yeah, anything that'll keep the water as contained so that the purity of the water with the powder in it hopefully maintains long enough.
All right. So, Shael, you are pouring out the Vergent crystal dust that you have. You are pouring out the purified water from the Valley of Rain. And Voya is shifting rocks to attempt to create as much of an isolated pool where these things might mix as possible. And then this spirit will look to you, Shael, for the go-ahead.
Yes, as I said, if it works for one, it should work for all. But I think we need to be quick. So, good luck in your next life. I'm sorry it took so long to come help you.
The spirit just
And
smiles.
even if she has to, like, she'll cup her hands in the water and like
The
like
spirit
trying.
doesn't need to. It will dive headfirst into the water, and as it emerges, being soaked within it, you watch as it begins to flicker out of existence, sections of it disappearing, and a thankful smile on its face, and a nod to the others as they will all make their way through this water, one by one, until they all have soaked of it and can then fade peacefully away. And you feel, Shael, an unspoken thanks from Mir to God, who appreciates the service that you've done for these people today as they make their way on beyond.
Or one for the 15-year-old.
Rose is going to say, well, that went better than last time. Good job.
Yes, I didn't die, and I didn't have to bludgeon anyone with a book. So yes, I'd like to say that this went very well compared to last time.
So this proves to our friend Dirk that these spirits were not, I repeat, not hostile.
I will make sure
Perhaps-
that Dirk is well aware.
Yeah, perhaps he needs a small book bludgeoning.
If ever comes a time that he needs one, I will be sure to do so.
Margarita.
The guy Derek you keep talking about. I heard
Oh.
this name like a dozen times in the last couple of days.
Dirk is very nice, but Dirk.
Oh, it certainly doesn't sound like he's nice.
No, he is very nice. He is just a bit misguided in his beliefs and his way in showing his beliefs. He is just a bit misguided, but otherwise he is actually very nice once you get to know him for a while.
And for your context, Margarita, this is the character of our friend David, who I believe you've met.
Teller. If you remember Teller, that's David.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Just
Dirk
to give you an impression of the level of excitement that can be brought.
Yeah. Yep. Dirk is very intense in his beliefs, and opinions. But yes, now the 15-year-old has a happy ending to share with the paladin, and she's thrilled.
All right.
Actually, Voya, you mentioned you had some injuries. If you still feel injured, now would be a good time to maybe put your hands or your injuries in the water while it is still has healing capabilities.
Well, I was injured like yesterday. I'm fine today. Is there anything else this water can do? Maybe it puts some blessing on me or protects me from future damages, anything along those lines?
It might
not.
might restore some magical expenditure that one had, just a little bit.
Yeah,
But that wouldn't help you.
No, that might. So Shael actually, if she's got an empty water skin on her, she's gonna refill it with the water
Nice.
with the
Okay.
the powder in it. So
will it make my skin look better?
Yes.
it did.
Yes.
We were cursed. We were cursed. Badly cursed. And the water, the good water, the very pure water, removed the curse. So I'm not really sure what.
Cursed by some first signs of aging. Can it help me with those?
I am not sure. We had a blood curse, not an age curse, but it did remove the blood curse. So it might. I'm not really sure, but it did just help tortured souls pass on. So maybe it would make your skin. I don't know, less scaly than it is.
And I don't want it to be less scaly. I want my scales to look better.
Would you like to try splashing
I'm
some
gonna
of this?
try. I'm gonna try with a hand first.
Yeah, as bits of this crystalline green dust that is sprinkled into the water sort of coat your hand, it gives it a shimmer against your green scales, which looks very pretty.
That looks so good. I'm into it, and just starts taking clothes off. Actually, do I have anything? Can I take some of this water to go? Just like to keep using it later on.
Sure, let's add to your
Do you have
inventory.
like a travel mug? Do you have a travel mug with you by chance? Hi, baby.
I don't know. Maybe I should start my own line of cosmetics.
Hi.
Okay,
Well,
I'm into it. Pushing it.
Perfect. I've added to your
If
inventory.
it can lift a blood curse, I would think it can help with your skin regimen.
Okay. I think we are set on the Isles. Shall we return to
Oh
and
my
complete our
gosh.
journey?
Yeah, and Shia, when we reach our destination, she will gladly give Captain Razzle some extra money for making the extra trip and it working like she wanted to. She's so happy that she might give him a little bit extra coin.
Well, which he will take with glee. So thank you very much. I appreciate your charity.
I always keep my promises, and you help me keep my promise. So it is worth it to me to give you, I believe it's a tip, a reward. I'm not really sure, but it is well earned for you.
And she'll give him 15 extra gold.
Lovely. So thank you. You've arrived at Port Thoris. Take these markers away, as they are no longer relevant to our situation. But here, your ship will make dock in a more civilized space than Voya and Shael you've been in for some time. Wandering into the streets with your friends, you know that you are a decent road's journey away from your destination in Vergent City. You're also not far from Dalefen, where Shael you have been not too long ago. As for destinations within the city, there are all manner of general stores and things of the like. But what may be of interest as a location would be the Salted Sailor Tavern, which is the favorite of Bruno Harold, the coroner of the city, whom Shael had some unresolved business with, which you are right upon the timing of.
Oh, is it the
Bodies.
what was the last day of the month? The first day of the month is when they're
Right.
expected.
Yep. You may have taken an extra day or two in the valley, or just timed things up properly. Maybe you'll even hang around this city for a couple days.
Yeah. So actually, she will look to Voya
and say, you are very big and tall, and I don't know if it's rude to ask your age, but are you old enough to enter a tavern or an establishment that does sell alcoholic beverages, as I am not old enough to drink, but I am hoping to find someone, and they may be in a tavern, and I think they won't kick me out if I am accompanied by an adult.
Well, Mara will say, well, I'll be with you, hon. Don't you need to worry about that.
And I will gladly buy you an alcoholic beverage if you would like one after a long trip on the sea. And Voya, I don't know if you like things like that, but I will gladly buy you an alcoholic beverage also.
No, thank you. I want my brain to always work and my muscles to always work at any moment at their maximum. So I would actually appreciate if you buy me some juicy steak instead.
I can most certainly do that, and I think yes, if they will allow me in, I will gladly buy us both a nice juicy steak for dinner.
Juicy steak, man. Still better than Dirk's, what was it, little tea?
Oh yeah, poor Dirk would only drink tea while everybody else is slamming back booze. And Shiloh's just drinking water because she's 15, for goodness sakes.
All right then. Yes. A juicy steak it is.
So, let us make our way to the Salted Sailor Tavern. Here where you will arrive. And you are allowed in, Shael, along with your chaperones as they are. And you can hear the bustle of a busy and satisfied tavern. Looking around, there is still this great blue lizard's head up upon the wall. Someone slew and thought would make a good decoration. There are travelers, locals, sailors, soldiers, and two figures of recognition to Shael and the others, that being Bruno Harold, the coroner, whom was made friends with before, as well as Lorik Thrast, a high priest of Stamos, whom Dirk met. Both are at the bar. Feel free to approach if you would like.
Yeah, let's go over. And are these stairs?
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
There's just a little rise and a fall to the tavern's layout.
Right. Hello, town coroner. I do not know if you remember me. I am Shael, and I represent the Deathbinder family from Vergent City, and I'm hoping we made it back in time to assist with the problem of someone forcing you to hand over your dead for possibly very, very evil reasons.
Bruno will nod and say, thank you, but first, how loudly did you say this? Loud enough to be overheard by the cleric of Stamos?
You know what? Shael's not quiet. Let's be honest here.
Okay.
I mean, unless the tavern is really, really loud and you know, her voice would be drowned out by other things, she's not a quiet kid.
Okay.
So I'm guessing someone's overheard her.
So Bruno began with that, and the barkeep and Lorik turn in her direction. And immediately, Lorik will step forward and say, hello, young child. But I'm sorry that you may have mentioned something about problems. A conspiracy, perhaps?
I do not know if it is a conspiracy. I do not believe so. We are just here to offer our assistance.
Say, well, if it's a conspiracy, then the Order of Stamos will help you with it. Is there anything to say? What have you to say, Coroner Man? And Bruno will kind of glance towards you, Shael, and towards the others at the table, and then to the cleric of Stamos. What is Shael's inclination? Does she give any glance in response? Does she want Stamos' people involved or not?
She doesn't think badly of them. I mean, she thinks that Dirk is just a little intense in his ways of dealing with things. But for all she knows, the Church of Stamos is already aware or involved in the situation. She honestly doesn't. I don't think she'd know any better.
Okay, so as it stands, Bruno just succeeded on a deception check against Lorik to say, apologies, sir. It was merely a reference to a betting game that my son is involved in. This is his young friend, and she's just here to pass on money from her own father to be involved in the game. Nothing of worry, nothing for you to be concerned about. If I do have any issues, I will bring them to you. Lorik will say, well, all right. I'll not be far. And he, as he sort of shifts down the bar and walks away, he kind of does one of these where he looks away, but then looks back, darting his eyes away, and then towards you in an instant. He's watching you. He wants it to be clear, to be known.
He'll just... like, just a friendly old wave, like, it was nice to meet you.
And Bruno will say, why don't we pull some chairs over and join our other friends at your table here?
Did I spoil a surprise or a secret?
No,
I didn't mean to.
It's all right. It's all right. You didn't know differently. I just sense that, well, you have traveled with, which I don't see. I'm surprised. Perhaps you've traded him for maybe is it now a girls group that you travel with?
Oh, no. Dirk is off, I believe, doing the work of Stamos. And this is our new friend. We found her when some bullies were picking on her on the road and trying to, I believe the adult phrase is, shake her down for her money.
Yes, and how might I know you? My name is Bruno Harold. Says to the tall dragonborn.
I'm Voyanar. Nice to meet you, Bruno. Who are you?
I'm the city coroner. I take care of the dead.
Wow. Okay, well, what business do you have to do with my friend here who's a little girl and you look like an adult man?
Well, I'm associated with all of them. Fear not. This is nothing out of friendly ordinary. I had an issue with some peers of mine who showed up dead. They helped me resolve them and put them to rest. But it is part of a greater conspiracy, which they have offered to aid me in the uncovering of. And the night is nigh to rest.
Are we doing conspiracy talks in a tavern?
Worry not, our voices are hushed. This is nothing to be worried about.
Mine certainly wasn't when I was asking this question. Does it bring attention of anyone around?
Wonderful. Here we are again, as Lorik Thrask begins to walk over. And, Bruno was beginning to say, you've traveled with a follower of Stamos before. You should know how overbearing their approach to everything is. And Lorik will approach the table for a second time and say, I'm sorry, but I can't help but keep hearing the word conspiracy over and over again. Is that what your little gentleman's betting game is called? In fact, I only see ladies at this table, not any gentlemen, Bruno. Are you trying to deceive me?
Oh, she doesn't have a thing. Wait, does Shael have a thing? Does she have a thing? Does she have a thing? She does have a thing. Okay, she does not. So, Shael will, now that she understands that Bruno does not want this guy involved, she'll say, I think I'm about to do something illegal, but I don't think so. So I'll make him go away. And then she'll go over to this guy and say, if you would like, someone who is a follower of Stamos, could I please buy you many, many adult beverages as my way of saying thank you for all of your hard work?
That would be... you look too young to be purchasing such a beverage. And Mara saying, oh, by goodness, it was a group offer. Here, I'll go get you some drinks. I don't need any. As you may have observed earlier, I drink only tea at the bar. And Rose is already getting her identification papers out to pull the diplomacy trick again. What else you got,
I will
Chef?
gladly buy you all the tea that you can drink. And also, if you would like a meal, I already promised my friend Voya here a very nice juicy steak dinner. Could I buy you one also?
Well, this seems like an attempt to distract me from what I've just caught on to.
Dude, you're really annoying. I see you have a problem with ladies here. Would you like your ass to be kicked by some ladies? She says as she stands up.
Marguerite, I love you. That's amazing.
Lorik's composure is broken entirely. Roll me an intimidation check. At advantage.
Advantage. Okay, I'm gonna roll again. Sorry.
That's amazing. Oh no.
Oh, sorry, no. I rolled one.
An
Okay.
18. Perfecto. And so here we go. Bruno, you dog. I see what this is actually all about. But some of these are certainly too young for you. And some of them, even if they are legal, are too young for you. And he looks towards Mara and she says, now don't you be making a comment about my age. He says, well, all right. Enjoy your time. I don't need any of your complimentary tea. I've got plenty, thank you. And he grabs his mug from the bar and storms out in a huff.
What a dude. He's so annoying.
Was that I don't know if that was a bad thing that I just did.
Rose would say,
he's
no,
gone.
no, even Dirk didn't like that guy. So if Dirk doesn't like somebody, then nobody should like him.
I will use that as the golden rule when dealing with other people from the Church of Stamos.
Perfect. So, Bruno will say, my apologies for all of that, but I believe discretion is the better grace in this situation. Rest as you need. My home is open to you. Then tomorrow night, let us meet. I'll show you where I deposit my tax.
Yes, and I will do everything I can to make sure this never happens again, and the people who are trying to do bad things are punished and brought to justice.
Very good. So, as you rest, regaining any little things expended, I don't think there's anything. Is there anything else that you wish to do in Port Thoris before you, with the coroner, meet up with these people?
All right, so I don't know if Rose or would have done it also. But like I said, Shael took her empty water skin and refilled it with the seawater that had the Vergent dust in it that the sea elves passed through. So that's what
You
she
have
has
one,
with her.
Voya has the other.
Okay.
And otherwise,
Okay.
it becomes too diluted to have effect. So you've
That's
got
fair.
You've got one for any future uses. Voya has one for future aesthetic application. And
Oh wait, can I only use it for aesthetic application?
no, but I
later on?
presume that's why you took it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Shale before said something like it has healing properties or something like that.
Yep.
So
it cured
can I
a blood
learn
curse,
more?
but
What?
it
It was
well, the actual source cured the curse that was on Shael and a bunch of dark elves, and actually everybody else.
So this water,
okay.
if consumed,
This is
will allow you to gain some healing benefits as well as restoring some expended resources.
Cool. Okay.
Okay. And then yeah, I think and then whatever it costs to buy dinner and everything. Because like
Sure.
Shael in her mind would be, she'll gladly buy Voya a steak dinner as thanks for her help in the cave.
Mark off 4 gold for a nice beef
and
dinner.
everything. All right, that's perfect. She is now at 150 gold even, and 4 silver pieces. Because why not? That'll be her tip to the bartender. So she's now at 150 gold even.
Bingo.
All right. The 15-year-old has got money on her. Who would have thunk it?
Nothing wrong with it. So, are you ready to proceed?
I want to say yes. I
Okay.
want to say yes. She started with 645 gold. My gosh. Okay.
In which case...
Yeah, no, we're
Where do we go?
I think we're good to go.
At midnight, you meet with Bruno Harold outside of Port Thoris's gate on the eastern side. I'm going to go ahead and quickly move you all around so you have a, if shaded, view of the surrounding area. It is my purpose here for you to have limited vision, not completely obscured. So, out here we can see we are near the port city's walls and the edge of its town.
Here, it's a new day. Don't wait on me. I just gotta see. I think, heaven forbid, she wanted to, and Dirk's not here, so thank goodness. I think she can animate dead just because of what she is.
Right. I believe so.
I don't think I have to prepare it. I think she can always do it.
We will assume as such if you'd like to cast it in this session. Feel free to confirm in future sessions what the exact word is.
Let me... because it might come in handy to scare the bejeepers out of somebody here.
Good. Bruno will assert this. He will say, all right. In just a few minutes, a cart is going to come up the main road. I'm going to deposit these coffins onto it, bodies and all, and then they are going to leave. How do you want to approach this? Do you want to be here with me? Do you want to be hiding? Is your intent just to observe? Or do you intend, in fact, to follow their cart?
Well, the good news is Shael can make herself or one person invisible at least. So we've got that going for us.
Never bad.
Let's...
Can't we try to hide amongst the coffins?
Oh,
Especially
that
Shael, because
would
she's
be
quite small.
interesting.
She
like
can
put
probably
us
fit
in the coffins, you mean, as dead bodies?
Or maybe we can do that, or just like hide like in between them, because it seems like there is like a bunch of those.
I'd be down for that. Shael could easily fit into a coffin.
Okay.
I would be... Shael would be down for that plan.
Okay. Can you make me invisible then, so that I can walk next to it and you hide inside?
Absolutely.
Bruno will bring up one point to say, they do usually check the coffins.
That's fine. I gotta read. I think it is once a day with her something. Shael can cast False Life as a ritual, which basically just gives her extra hit points. I don't think there's anything about it that Wait a minute! Oh my gosh! Shael has a disguise kit. Could she have a voyeur or somebody make up her face so it's really, really pale? So she looks dead?
Yeah.
All right, then. There you have it.
Okay.
There you have it.
So we're going to run the cadaver routine.
Apparently we are. It sounds that way.
Oh my goodness. This is going
All
to
right.
make for very interesting.
All right.
Yes.
So whenever the time comes, whenever we're ready, we'll do invisibility on Voya, and yes, with her disguise kit, Shia will let somebody make up her face, and maybe around her eyes, so she looks very dead. And
So we're gonna start that process right now. We'll say. So I don't know, Shia, you want to kind of stand still, and Voya, you can just go at it with the disguise kit. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity check to see how wonderfully you
Which
apply
one
that.
of us?
Voya, yeah.
Okay. Where is
yeah, I
it?
mean, you have
Ooh.
a beauty regimen, and you seem to
Ooh.
know about
Ah.
skincare.
Oh wait, why is this?
A save is
So
the same roll, so we're gonna take that 20.
Ah, okay.
So
So
Shia will leave it to you to do her face up. Yeah.
So, using the contents of this disguise kit and maybe also some additional materials that a barbarian might seek to involve in a disguise, for example, reach into the mud, squelch, splat, and after a short period of time, Shael is indistinguishable from a corpse, at least when she's not blinking.
Yeah, I'm
so-
really good at it. You know, like back home in the village where I grew up, we used to have this holiday every year where we would dress up as something like dead people, you know, or zombies, all those kinds of things. You know, we had it every autumn.
Well, what you call it? I'm sure once it's done, Shael could look at herself in the mirror and admire the handiwork.
Does she have a mirror?
I think the disguise kit comes with a mirror, so you can look at yourself
go.
after you're done.
Perfecto. I think you're right.
Oh, here. Whatchamacallit? Was it Animate Dead? It should be in my spell book. It's just a part of the thing when they hit level 6 and it's not here. So, let me add it. Animate Dead.
You got it.
3rd level. And let's prepare it, just in case we gotta get real twisted and horrible with our ideas here. Okay. She'd feel
going to be
bad doing it, but heck with it.
All right.
And actually, there's more to just the spell with her. Where are we? 6th level. Undead Thralls. At 6th level, you add Animate Dead to your spellbook if it's not already there. When you cast Animate Dead, you can target one additional corpse or pile of bones, creating another zombie or skeleton. Whenever you create them, the hit point maximum and proficiency the weapon damage roll. Okay. That's if she had them attack
Animate
anyone.
Dead. So this is going to
It's
animate.
Animate Dead with a bit of a bonus. It's the here, let me do this for you. It's Undead Thralls by rights for her. It's Animate Dead, like I said, with a bit of a
Right, so I was
boost.
just checking how many you normally animated. So with
not many,
as
right?
it looks like to me, it looks like you get 1 and then 2 more for each spell cast. So let's say you cast it at 4th level, you'd get 3 plus the additional 1. So with pretty simple ease, you could raise all of the, well, actually you'll be in one of them. So with a 4th level spell slot and your feature, you can rise the other 4 corpses in these 5 coffins as the coroner pulls one of the bodies out and ties it to the bottom of the cart where it won't be seen, and says, "Here is your carriage, my lady," to you, Shael. Gesturing to the coffin.
Thank you very much. If it makes you feel better, this is not my first time, or my 5th or my 7th, that I have actually been in a coffin. Because of the family business, I have tried some out myself for comfort, for when people are actually placed in them. I have helped test them for my family. So do not worry, I am not claustrophobic, and things like this do not bother me.
All right, and so you can move in here to this coffin. Let's give a nice little icon for you, something that feels fitting. We'll do this little broken skull icon to designate that you were disguised and in the coffin. Before the lid goes on, is there going to be an invisibility cast into Voya?
Yes, let me just make sure. All right, mage armor has nothing to do with concentration. That's just a thing. So Shael can give Voya invisibility. That's set. She could give mage armor to herself. That's set. And
one additional thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna say Mara will make her way up to you, Shael, and say, and here's some snacks, and here's your water skin. We don't know how far this cart came. It could be a day or more than a day in there. So you just gotta make sure you've got some munchies for the road.
Thank you, Mara, for always thinking of me.
Now I think would be the time that she would just say, and just, I want you to know, your sons are very lovely, and I bought something from them that was very good and helpful, and I owe them a very big thank you, and they made me a promise that they will no longer do illegal activities, so I want you to rest assured that your sons will no longer do things that upset you in the slightest.
And I believe
And then
that...
with that, she'll just console
Donk. Perfect.
Like, no questions, sorry, dead.
So here's the way that I think we will have this set up. I'm going to put Mara and Rose down by these bushes, hiding, with perfect advance to make sure it is a good hide check, and probably invisible Voya to walk over here and watch as the two heavily armored ladies find themselves into the bushes, and then say, no, and point out where they need to cover their hiding. Does that sound good to you, Margarita?
Yep.
Perfect. They are hidden. Shael is disguised. Voya
I
is
can also
invisible.
help them with the leftovers of that disguise kit. The colors which we haven't used.
Perfect. Now all there is to do is to wait for the arrival of this next cart. It's a chill night, especially for Shael resting in the coffin. This is a coffin for a corpse, after all. It's not as cradled as one would be for a funeral.
Oh, at least she's protected from the weed. Come on.
Yeah, listen,
Yes.
like I said, she's
Some
jumped
of
into
us-
these things before. She has no issue.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Voya, you feel upon your face a soft breeze.
And
You
I
were-
don't even have 4, so yeah. It's damn cold out here.
Oh, actually, you know what? Shael will put her spell book under her head so that it's hidden. So it's, you know what I mean? Like, she'll
Perfect.
put everything under her head except her wand maybe is like tucked aside. But her spell book will be behind her head.
So, you wait. It is cold and quiet, but eventually you hear it. The clunking of carriage wheels as from the road comes your desired visitors. The men that drive the cart are nondescript, their faces mostly cloaked in dark scarves. But as they arrive, one of them waves to Bruno. He nods and says, all right, here we go. Climbs down, starting with your coffin. The man opens and inspects the corpse inside, gives a simple nod, and closes it. He and Bruno will move the coffin into their cart, and will continue to do so for the other coffins.
Well, Shael is silent as the grave for
Well
right
put.
now. So, whatchamacallit, did we maybe... So, Voya is going to be invisible, walking next to the cart. Did we make any sort of arrangement ahead of time, like what a signal might be for Shael to either pop out or do things? Like, is Voya going to, like, rap on the top of the coffin, or do we have any sort of go signal at all?
Do you want one?
We maybe should have one.
Retroactively, if you'd like
see
to
a gosh darn
decide one.
thing. Does Voya have a?
No, not really. You are the prodigy kid. You should come up with ideas like this.
If you if trouble starts, or we reach our destination, and it is okay for me to come out of the coffin, just knock lightly on the top of the coffin.
Okay, or I will just tell you out, because if it is safe to get out, it should be safe to tell you get out.
That works also.
Rose would advise that the metagaming pigeon suggests that Dirk be used as a code word.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right. There is a nod of appreciation between the two. Service is rendered and completed, and Bruno will make his way to retrieve a horse to draft his cart back towards Port City. This cart will turn its way around. Let's get things sorted correctly. Shael in coffin, horse at lead. The cart's going to begin rolling down the road.
Well, she's got some time on her hands, and Shael's in there. She will very, like, not even out loud, but just like in her mind, because she thinks it might work. Just send a quiet, not prayer, but just a quiet message to her favorite deity, Lord Mir.
I'm very glad the sea elves are at rest. Thank you for your assistance. If you assisted, I'm not really sure. But thank you all the same. I am now trying to stop a bunch of bad people from doing bad things to people who deserve to rest in peace. I will check in later and let you know how it goes.
I'm gonna pick a couple of little stones in case if I need to throw them later to distract someone.
Excellent. So, and with the other two following in tow, this cart leaves the local area, following the road. These two far enough behind it that they won't be noticed, but close enough to still watch its outline slowly clunk down the road. As it leaves Orthoris, makes its way to the road heading east. More than a day's travel will pass. The spell of invisibility on Voya will fade, and Voya will need to fall back with the other two, which she can do with ease, and camp for the night. A cold night, as you wouldn't want to create a fire to be noticed, but there are rations, which all of you, including Shael, can consume to keep yourself sustained as things continue forwards.
All right, so it's going to go into a next day. Got it, got it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's fine. Her spells aren't changing. That's fine.
Proceeding forwards. After almost another whole day's travel, in fact, you'll be arriving at a second night at your destination. You come to Vergent City. The great tower, the spire, which stands in the middle of it. Clear standing in the night, a shimmer of green reflecting against the moonlight as the cart makes its way in the city's western gate. Quietly, through the streets of the market loop, it proceeds, wrapping around the Emerald Spire and its central complex, and making its way into the Noble District. The cart finds its way here to a set of streets, dark besides lanterns in the night, and rolls down a set of stairs towards what appears to be the basement of a building. Voya, will you and others simply watch it as the doors close behind it, or have you any other intent?
Do we see any guards at the doors?
You don't.
Like being actively.
In fact, these streets are quite quiet.
We'll try to sneak in while the gates are open. just like hiding maybe behind the cart.
Suppose that is doable. I am going to complicate things, however. One of the riders of the cart is going to climb off of it and open these doors, and therefore will be standing off of the cart while the one begins to take it in.
Okay, well, then I'm gonna throw one of the stones I've been carrying for like 2 days now, making him look away.
Going to attempt to distract him with a stone. Okay.
Yeah, just making some noise so that he looks away as we pass behind his back.
Okay. Mara and Rose are going to advise the fact that they are clad in heavy armor, and such a sneaky approach would very likely be heard. So this may be you, Voya, alone.
Okay, then I will try to sneak in and maybe later let them in by, I don't know, sneakily opening the gate again or something like that.
Okay.
So we agree that they stay outside and I try to sneak inside.
Okay, that sounds fair. First, however, you need to get in. As for this, you can roll me a sleight of hand check to throw this stone. And I'm going to position you. I'm going to position these two here and you here. 13, that will be good enough. As you huck the stone around the corner, I'm going to roll a wisdom check for this thug, as we call him, to discern whether or not he's going to go check it out or stay right where he is. He's staying right where he is. He looks, kind of takes a club onto his shoulder, but simply watches the source of the noise. He doesn't move that way. You are still in open view if you attempt to sneak by him. It's night, so it's dark, but I would say that if you want to try and make a stealth check to try and get inside, this would be your window, and it would be a disadvantage. Versus the other two who would be caught automatically.
Our heavy armored friends to step outside and then make an appearance so the guy is distracted by them.
Yes.
Not making an attempt of them to get inside, but just like making noise or pretending they're fighting, something like that. Okay. Where he actually has to spend more than half a second looking at them because something will be actively happening.
All right, so I'm going to have Mara roll a deception check with assistance from Rose.
Maybe make them like run towards like left-hand side or something, like, you know, just like making noise.
Well, that was a 1 and an 8, so it's an 8. So Mara's gonna make her way this way, flailing herself in an attempted feign of drunkenness. Oh my goodness! I'm so overwhelmed! I haven't drank that much in nearly a year! She rolled badly. It's a bad deception. And Rose is gonna try and egg her on with, oh yeah, you really were drinking too much. It was just too much. And as they pass, they're going to try and create distraction for you, Voya. Now, the cart is going to make its way further in as this is occurring. And this guard is going to say, hey, shove off! Private property. It's not. And, Rose is going to turn to him and say, well, just you, in a recreation of the sort of pointing at the cat meme. Well, you watch who you're talking to. This is a wonderful lady, and she's had too much to drink. I'm going to add a deception check for Rose, just to try and get this guy distracted. I'm trying to help you out here with rolls, folks. There we go. Okay. And as this is occurring, the guard is going to step forward a bit and say, I didn't want to ask twice. Private property, leave. Straight stealth roll for Voya to get in while this man is distracted. 11 versus a passive perception of 10.
Oh, really? Whoa!
That's a success.
Voya for the win!
Oh my god.
Voya moving
Good
quickly
job.
and quietly
Good
behind the
job.
cart, sneaking inside the building.
Good job.
All right. Make a perception check for me, Margarita.
Nope.
Oh no!
Nope.
Oh no!
In that case, as Rose and Mara move off, with Voya successfully sneaking in, the second man returning to usher the rest of the cart in and close these large doors behind it. You're in a very dark space within. There is torchlight, perhaps some lanterns, but otherwise it is a dank space filled with the smell of ash and death. You, Voya, can see rows more of coffins, as well as some hooded practitioners who are making their way to assist with what is here. And it is on that note that we close today's episode.
Nah, crap.
This is something which we will need to follow up on, and we will do so in due soon time. Thank you all for being here. I will see you next time. Have a great rest of your week.
Yeah.